show. Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The Far Side. You ready for the Far Side?
I'm in the Far Side.
You're in the Far
Let's
Side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah!
Rory, come on now.
He did it.
Wow.
It was great. He did it.
Unreal.
I didn't think he was going to do it, except for when I thought he was going to do it, except for when he was going to choke it, except for when he was going to make it. What a ride, man.
I have never had so much fun watching a golf tournament in my life. That
I'm
was
so
fun.
happy to hear that.
That was fun. Can you make every tournament like that?
I wish, brother.
That was
I
great.
wish.
Oh, my God.
It was, you know what it was?
What?
It was sports, not just golf.
It was sports.
It turned into a sporting
There
event.
was drama.
There was drama.
I was emotional.
There was a guy you really wanted to win.
Rory drew me in. He really did.
Absolutely.
He really drew me in
He
there.
was
Yeah,
great.
that was awesome.
It was a great Masters. One of the best ones we've seen in a really long time.
Yeah.
You got a great finish. You got guys choking. You got guys hitting incredible shots.
Hold on.
It was a great
Don't wait.
day.
Go ahead.
Roar.
What are you doing?
Roar, Sam. By the way, why are you not in Vegas?
Can you pick my lottery number?
Right.
If you bought the dip when you guys were all trashing my Pachanga pick of the week, I think you probably did pretty well.
Wait a minute. Who trashed your pick? No one trashed. Did you trash the
Yeah,
pick?
you guys both immediately.
not trash
yes, you did.
your pick.
You said
I 100% did.
both of you guys said, "Hey, isn't he doing poorly now, DeMarco?"
I did not.
him.
Yes.
She picked him, and I went, well, that's not happening.
Oh, that's you trash.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then, well, that's exactly
I
what
do
happened.
not remember
can play it
trashing
back.
pick. I was saying Roy underachieved
That's
because he
true,
hadn't won
too.
the Masters. That's not trashing your pick.
It was really, truly exciting.
Fantastic.
It
Yes.
was great TV.
Yes.
It was emotional, and I don't know what it is. I guess if anybody could define it, we'd all do it. But Rory's got that thing where you want him to win. And not everybody has that.
He doesn't have a punchable face.
No,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes, like Justin Rose, for instance, is the guy, the runner-up that lost in sudden death. Is
Iceman.
a perfectly pleasant guy that no one dislikes, but no one's pulling for him to win that tournament.
No.
Everybody wanted Rory to win it.
You
Bryson
were the
DeChambeau
B-side.
is the
Yeah.
guy you're like, hit it in the water, hit it in the water, hit it in the
I'm
water,
rooting
hit it
against
in the
him.
water.
Actively
you're
rooting against him.
Actively
Yes.
rooting against
I
him.
gave him the jigaboom. You know what the jigaboom is?
Hit
That's
me.
my bad luck. It worked
Is
on
it
Larry
double-
Bird once.
double cross fingers?
cross fingers, and right when either the putt or the shot go jigaboom. I guarantee you it works.
It must have
Yes.
been powerful. It made Larry Bird miss shots.
Twice.
Yeah. Larry Bird
Yes.
didn't miss a lot of
The
shots.
jigaboom. Yes, sir.
How was
Yes.
your weekend?
Fantastic, man. A sneaky, cool sports weekend.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff.
It was packed. The NBA, the finish was crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Clippers, I think.
We'll see.
I hope so.
We'll find
Thank
out.
You, Clippers was fun. The UFC, did you guys?
I did not catch
on your
UFC.
radar. Great. There was a guy I know, Michael Chandler, got absolutely handled.
Okay.
It's bad when you see a pay-per-view to see your friend fight.
Oh,
and
you
he just,
personally know him.
He's from St. Louis.
Oh,
Great
okay.
dude, and
Okay.
just got absolutely hammered by a dude named Patty the Batty.
Oh, good name.
That was fun. F1.
Okay.
And then the Masters.
And Dodger series?
Dodgers.
Lakers clinched
Well, I'm
a 3
trying
seed.
not to bring up the Dodgers.
Well,
right
no,
now.
just talk about Yamamoto. He was
Okay.
amazing.
We can talk about
the
parts
rest
of the
it.
Dodgers.
Oh, talk about Miguel Rojas imitating all the Dodger pitchers, which was legitimately
Awesome.
funny.
Yes, that was great.
Except for they lost 16-0.
The reason he was out there.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
reason
Yeah,
he was
that
out
was
there.
good, but the reason he was out there. But
Yeah.
sneaky good sports weekend. How about you?
Yeah, I had a really great Friday night, a really great Sunday. On Saturday, I was in Temecula watching volleyball all day.
Oh,
So it was good, but it's just inside a gym most of the day is a long day. But
who's playing volleyball?
my daughter, Kelly.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they finished third in their tournament. Pretty
Okay,
good.
that's
so,
cool.
but they underachieved a little bit towards the end, but it was fine.
Could have been
It was
better?
fun. They should have gotten to the final, and they lost in the semi.
Okay. Is she as tall as you?
She's 6 feet tall.
6
so
feet
she's
tall.
not quite as tall as me,
Okay.
but
But
she's tall.
tall for a woman. This
Very
is why you
tall.
play volleyball.
Yeah. She's
Sweet.
They're pretty good. So it was a good day. Then we went and had a little wine and had a little snacks and
There you
things
go.
like that. So it was a
I
successful
did not
day.
trash your pick, Emily.
I will play
you.
it back. I think you pointed out. You're like, oh, didn't you just tell me Rory's doing really badly?
Yeah. Well, I may have. Well, he was. That's not trashing the pick.
It's being accurate.
Yeah,
Travis, it's being accurate.
Trashing the pick
Yes.
was more like what I did, where I said, "Oh, that's not going to happen." DeMarco, you just said, "I thought he's playing bad."
I thought he
which
was, right.
He was.
Yes, he
had
wasn't
played
playing very
poorly.
well. Yes.
he played poorly.
Good
Buenos
for
dias
Rory.
to you, Jorge.
Hey, buenos dias.
Good weekend.
Oh man, it was good, especially Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You checked out the golf.
I checked out the golf. It was pretty fun. I've never seen an event like that. Like I mean, it's on TV, whatever, but
Yeah.
I've never really fully
Locked in?
Yeah.
It was. So let's talk about
Was it cool?
It was dope.
Yeah. Okay.
except,
The
you
other
know,
thing is like the when they do the shots of the crowd. Yeah, I don't need to go to the Masters ever. Ever. No, we don't have to talk about it.
No, we are going to talk about it because it makes me feel
I never want to go.
Makes me look at my face.
I saw a bunch of it this week.
DeMarco, look at my face.
I saw you a bunch of
I
times.
understand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. Yes.
I understand your feelings, and I respect them, and you're not wrong.
Bro, we went minutes, hours. Do you see anybody?
No.
Not one. No.
It's
all good.
It's not
all
great,
good.
but it's so.
Did you?
I mean, if you saw the guys in the carts, I'm assuming those were my people.
Right, baby. I mean, even like, come on.
Look,
anybody.
I'm here to talk about Rory. I'm here to talk about the golf course. I'm here to talk about the beautiful trees and flowers. What's going on around there? I have no argument for it.
Zero.
I know.
Oh my
I know.
God.
I know.
What about those
Crazy.
birds, though, right? Those birds sounded.
That's got to be fake,
It's
right?
gotta be fake.
Those bird sounds?
They're too perfect.
Yep, they are.
It's so quiet out there. There was
But
no
it's,
cell
it's
phones.
quiet. There's no cell, but it's
Yeah.
just it's too perfect.
I bet they're there. There's trees. I bet that's real. Yeah, there's no cell phones. That's a great environment.
It has long been speculated that it's not real.
Really?
Yeah.
That they're doing it. They're piping it in
They're piping it in
on TV, not on the course.
I think on television.
So on the course, it's dead quiet. It's
pretty quiet.
It's
Oh
kind
my
of like
God.
the sneakers in basketball games. Like, yes, the sneakers are there, but they do bump up the sneaker
amplify
sound.
it.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Oh,
yeah.
You guys are messing up my whole world here.
So let's talk about what happened. Look, Rory McIlroy, for those people that don't follow golf, just very quickly, Rory McIlroy needed to win this tournament to complete the career Grand Slam. Only 5 other people had ever done it in the history of the sport. It's an incredibly exclusive group, and some of the best players in the history of golf are not in it. He needed to win that tournament to do that. And he had 11 opportunities to do it since he'd had the other 3 legs of it and had varying degrees of no success. He had gotten very close. He had been a million miles away. So going into that final round, there was a ton of pressure just to complete the career Grand Slam. DeMarco, he had a 2-shot lead to start the whole thing. By the end of the first hole,
Here we go again.
it was gone.
Here we go again.
And it's like, he's going to do it again. Not only does he need that, he has a history of choking.
Yes.
Just last summer, he missed a 2-foot putt on the last hole that would have won him
Which
the US
makes
Open.
him more likable.
It does.
Yeah.
It makes him far more human. It makes him far more vulnerable, far more authentic.
For those of us who suck at golf,
He's not
he makes
Tiger.
him more human.
He's
Right.
not Tiger. He's not Tiger. He's not Magic or He's not
a machine.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
When Tiger got a chance, a whiff of winning,
Dead.
you're out.
Dead.
I got it.
Yeah,
That's not Rory. By the end of the second hole, he was behind. And you're like, this dude is going to do it again.
He's going to choke again.
By the end of the fourth hole, he was back with a 2-shot lead. It's just this, okay, he's going to blow it for sure. I think he's going to win. And then throughout the rest of the way, it was barf on himself, awesome. Barf on himself, awesome. Barf on himself, awesome. Barf on himself, win the whole thing.
Win the whole thing.
It
Right.
was, he blew up on 1. He got it back on 4 and 10. I'm not even going to lie to Marco. That wedge shot he hit on 13 was maybe the worst shot I've ever seen a
Is
good
that the one
golfer
that hit
hit.
the valley?
It's the one that went into the creek.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
It was that was like 100-yard, maybe even a little less, maybe like 90-yard wedge shot. That's a shot that a weekend golfer puts on the green.
I wonder what shot through his brain right in that moment.
Something. Isn't this what makes him so compelling?
Yeah.
Because I think you know the answer to that.
I'm going to choke?
Yes!
Or this is my moment?
Yes,
Right.
I did it again.
Here we go again.
I just
Bad
blew the
self-talk.
Masters again.
Is that it right
There it
there?
is. That's 13 hole.
Yeah,
the one?
this is the one that goes right into it hits, spit, bang, into the creek.
Right.
And that is not a hard shot for a pro. That's not a hard shot for an amateur golfer, and he puts it in the drink.
Oh.
He misses the putt. And then fast forward 2 holes later, he hits one of the most beautiful, majestic, soaring 7-irons to about 5 feet.
Yeah.
It was as good as you ever could see. And you're like, oh my God, he's going to save it. He's
Right.
going to pull it out of his you-know-what, and he's going to save it again. And then he missed the putt. And it's like, what is happening to this guy?
It's not for you.
And then he'd
Yeah.
stuff one in, and then he'd miss the putt. And then on the last hole, he hits it to about 120 yards. Same kind of shot, a little bit further. All you have to do is hit it on the green and make 2 putts, which for these guys is
Should be
pretty easy money.
Right.
He fans it into the bunker. What is happening? Like
Roy's
these are
happening.
Not, these are not. I got to hit it 300 yards between two trees to a posted. Like this dude, just flip it up on the green and roll 2 putts in and get the hell out of here.
This is easy. Can of corn.
And then he hits it into that vomit distance after out of the bunker, which is you probably should make it, but you could easily miss it. And he misses it. He hits his tee ball on the playoff hole. Right in the, I mean, shoot, I'm surprised it didn't land in the same divot from the one before. It was almost exactly the same. You're like, he's got, and he sticks it to 5 feet.
Crazy.
And he rolls it right in.
Crazy.
Which was a little bit closer than the same putt he had in 18 in the U.S. Open last summer. It was, and then he completely breaks down and he's sobbing.
That's
and he's
what
crying.
got me.
Yeah, right?
Before that, you could tell like he's wearing his emotions on his sleeve. Most golfers, they try to keep that stuff inside.
Or it feels forced.
Yeah, inauthentic, but that was completely authentic.
Legit, completely legit. Yeah, like you could tell a lot has just been lifted off his shoulders there.
Did you watch the creepy interview inside Butler cabin afterwards?
Is that when they do the interview?
Yeah, inside.
Yeah.
That's
that is
like
weird.
It's super weird. It's the weirdest thing in sports.
Yeah.
Hello, friends. It's just so weird.
That's
and
just what
they got
they
that
do.
member sitting there like policing the entire. It's just a very creepy. But Rory started to blubber all over, and I get it. And I'm not. It was this release of over a decade of near misses, choke jobs. He hadn't won a major in 11
personal
years.
life stuff, right?
He's had personal life stuff. He's had
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff, and he finally got it done. And I would have to guess 99% of the people watching that were rooting for him.
Of course, I think the whole world of golf was. You could tell, and the golf gods were hoping he would get this thing
Boy,
done.
they
Like,
put him
take your
through the
rightful
ringer.
place, son.
Yeah.
Take your rightful spot here. Don't screw this up. Turn your
11
brain
is
off
11.
if you can.
Right?
Were you like super in? Because you're not a golfer. And
Not
you
in-
don't watch. I know your brother
No.
is. Were you watching with your brother?
No, me. Just
okay.
me and the fam, because we were
Yeah.
busy.
Okay.
So I'm watching. I got it on because, I know you're going to talk about it. But
Yeah.
as it gets going and you keep watching Roy and you keep watching him screw up and then bail himself out, screw up again and bail himself out, it became like watching Barry Bonds or Ohtani. I've got to see every single hit from this guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Just because, let me see what happens after he does something.
It would be like a guy that would fumble on the goal line 3 times, but also had 3 85-yard touchdown
Right.
runs.
Yes.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, can you just do the easy ones? Make the easy ones easy?
It's either going to be a touchdown either way. Either we score or they score, but same thing. I mean, when he broke down, I almost broke down with him. But I was screaming. I'm like, I don't even like this guy.
I was pulling for him so
Yeah.
hard. It was
How
great
much
to
did
see.
you win?
I don't.
Oh.
I just give suggestions.
She's a sage.
Oh,
She
I'm sorry.
just
Oh.
off puts
How much
them
did
out
you
there.
win, Jorge?
0. Nothing.
Zero? Oh.
My man Darbo cashed a ticket.
Did he really? Okay. On Roy? No way.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Well, now I see. Like golf to golf, shot to shot. You can gamble on just about anything.
You can do live.
Oh
gambling
my
on
God!
golf,
Because
which-
that's all I heard from the people around Roy. It's okay, Roy. Good shot, Roy. That's gambling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're still good, Rory.
Yeah,
What do you mean
yeah.
we? Oh, you got money on it.
a little bit, little bit.
My favorite thing from the weekend and Rory doing as well as he did, but also having the ups and downs he did, was because we got a lot of tweets that are like, "Oh my gosh, Rory, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, Rory, this is insane." And the lead character of the show Gilmore Girls' name is Rory, and so all the quote tweets are like using things from Gilmore
Oh, that's
Girls.
funny.
And for Emily, it was very funny.
That's
my
awesome.
text threads with my groups of friends had multiple F words in there. And it was, what a blanking shot,
Yeah.
or what the blank is this
he
guy doing? Those were there was a million of those.
We're so back, it's so over,
It
over
was
and
a
over
great
again.
Masters.
all of them.
That-
It was as good as it's been since Tiger won. What would that be now? 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It was the
On
best
this
one
day,
since
6
then.
years ago.
Yeah. It
Any
was,
way you can build that drama into every Masters, I'd be hooked.
Here's the problem. It's golf, man.
I know.
And we don't care enough about golf unless it's a guy that we happen to care about too. And for reasons I don't even think any of us could identify, we've all decided to care about Rory.
Maybe that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first time I actually was
Yeah.
just enthralled with the whole thing, and I cared about the outcome.
When you had it on, did you find yourself rooting against Bryson DeChambeau?
Well, that's easy. I was doing that before I even
right.
turned on
But
the
what?
TV.
Okay, but why? You don't watch golf, so you're the perfect person. Why do you not like him?
Because he has a punchable face.
Right.
Yeah.
And his act is very unappealing.
Yes, it's very heelish.
It's very heelish.
Yeah, it's very nature
You know what else
boy
he is?
heelish. I am better than you.
Just like he's
Yeah.
great TV.
Yes.
He's great TV because he is a heel, because he is one of those guys you're like, not him, man. But he makes it riveting.
You ever seen a Ric Flair promo from back in the early 80s?
Maybe.
He shows up in a suit, he's got $500 shoes on, and he's telling you everything that he's got on. That's what I get from him. And then he always leaves with the belt. That's what sucks, yeah.
His master's dinner would have just been protein powder and like rice and chicken and
boring.
broccoli.
He's pretty fit. He's pretty strong.
What's Rory going to serve?
What's the Irish fare?
Beer?
Okay, beer.
It's like
beer?
beans and toast.
Like the corned
Some
beef
crap
is
like
like
that.
a Scottish thing, right?
Corned beef, I don't know.
I don't
Whatever
know.
you
I
want,
don't know.
yeah.
We'll do whatever. Look, he can roll out some McDonald's.
There
and
you
I'm
go.
in for it. Sedano and Cap this afternoon. They're doing the afternoon show 3 to 6 live from SeaWorld. You can follow the socials. You can call in for a chance to win a family 4-pack and a night at the family-friendly Paradise Point Resort and Spa. Just minutes from the park, SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing. We got a little breaking news in the NBA. We'll hit you with that coming up when we come back. It's Travis DeMarco. Good job, Rory. 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do...
That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Ready for a delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, skip agents, commissions, and costly repairs. Get a fair, competitive cash offer without worrying about the details falling through. Chris Chavez, a real customer, says, quote, Seller's Advantage offered me more than I expected. The process was fast, easy, and much better than using a realtor. End quote. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Little breaking NBA news right out of the gate on is there a Black Monday in the NBA? Because this would qualify. The Phoenix Suns have fired head coach Mike Budenholzer after finishing in 11th place with a 36-46 record. That is his one season, according to ESPN.
Congrats, boys. You got the coach fired.
I mean, they've got Durant, they've got Booker.
Yeah.
I guess they sort of have Beal.
The highest payroll in NBA history. Let's just say that.
Coach, way to go.
They had a one-and-done coach last year, too. That's back-to-back one-and-done coaches. That's NBA's getting weird with the way they're canning their coaches all of a sudden. We saw the Taylor Jenkins get sacked towards the end.
Memphis.
We saw Michael Malone got sacked.
Malone.
Now he's Mike Malone. And now Budenholzer gets it.
NHL style candidates.
Yeah.
Where they do that a lot. Yeah. So
we love you. No, we don't.
What happens to KD?
I heard he might be a Laker.
So
You don't need
my
that.
guy David Dennis Jr., who you guys have seen on SportsCenter, Dennis the Menace, and you've seen him on Around the Horn. He says that KD is going to be the best player in NBA history who doesn't have a statue. Because
that's a great way to put it.
There's no real place for it.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really
Little A-Roddy.
Yeah, little A-Roddy, but
Yeah.
you at least affiliate A-Rod with two teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but they both kind of hate him.
exactly.
Yeah.
But my point is that KD, you're like, he's very nomadic
Yeah.
in how he executes. So it's going to be weird. But
Warriors? No, can't have them there.
I mean,
Apparently he kiboshed that this season.
that's what I'm saying. He didn't want to
Yeah.
go back to play with Draymond. so
OKC,
it's
go
weird.
back to where it began?
Oh.
Kinda?
That
No?
would be they don't need him.
No,
No?
they don't need him. I wouldn't even want him, to be quite honest.
And to be honest, KD probably doesn't want a statue. That's probably his thing.
Maybe. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's a very weird sort
Yeah.
of situation with him because
Nuts.
you thought he would be able to sort of retire into the Valley of the Sun and they'd have a couple decent squads that made a couple runs. They were hot garbage.
He's
Hot
one of the
garbage.
most incredible offensive players in the history of the league.
Sure.
And he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's fine.
Like, who loves him? Nobody.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, back
Players,
home. So
yeah.
he's from. He's from where I'm from.
Yeah.
Where he's beloved because of the hooper that he is.
Yeah.
But it's not the
Players love
same
him.
sort of deification that you've seen of a lot of other guys that have had as many accolades as he does.
Players do love him, and his game is game, right? But
Sure.
as far as like fan bases go, like you want a home, man. You want a place where you walk in and everybody's happy to see you. And I don't know if that
Always
place
been
exists.
sensitive, shooting back on
Yeah.
people on Twitter and stuff like that. I mean, these little snide remarks. I mean, it seems like that's never been a part of who he is or what he wants. Maybe it was fake, but he kind of leaned into it, and it's where you are now.
It's not fake at all. That's
Yeah.
just what he likes to do. He likes
didn't
to
wanna
hoop,
do it. Yeah.
He likes to goof around online, and he likes to hang with his friends.
This
baller.
sounds like
Yeah.
an insult, and I don't mean it as one. I mean it in like the most literal definition of the word. He's incredibly sensitive.
Yeah.
Like that he's a very sensitive man, and he responds to things. That he will react. He does
Rabbit
not.
ears.
Yeah.
He does not conceal how he feels about whatever it is, good or bad. Like he will tell you how he's feeling with how he acts.
So-
and that's pretty rare for an athlete.
It is very rare, and I think that he is kind of a newer generation type of player in that regard, just in terms of age. Like the idea of like I share my feelings, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think actually, when people look back on Kevin Durant, where the statue should be is online, is where it effectively is. You know what I'm saying? And that's
like
not a diss.
an NFT.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, an
It's not a
NFT
diss,
statue.
but like when I think of him, I think of the most plugged-in online athlete that we
That's
have.
terrific.
Burner accounts and all that.
That's
Anyway.
terrific.
So I heard you reading a promo
Yeah.
for Sedano and Cap today. Dude,
SeaWorld?
SeaWorld? Like that.
Live show from SeaWorld.
Is Morales going to be there?
I believe he is, as is corporate Greg.
Jesus Lord.
Whole crowd.
Watch.
That is going to be a ridiculous scene of
Somebody's
events.
going in.
I cannot
Somebody's
wait to
going
see
in the
that. Like
tank.
I've got half a brain. I got to do TV later to jump
Are
in
you
the car.
TV's Clinton Yates
I'm
today?
television's Clinton Yates
Okay.
today. I'm wearing that mask. I've got half a brain today to jump in the car and drive my family down to SeaWorld to see these jabronis run around that place. That's going to be hilarious.
I haven't been to SeaWorld since
a
my
while.
kids were little.
Yeah.
Like the
It's
last
been a
time I went, I think my oldest was maybe 8 or 9, and he's 24 now. So
Sure.
it's been a while. But we had a good time the last time
no,
we went.
of course. Do they have any bets on, like, do they have to do any physical challenges at SeaWorld?
What would you do, like swim laps, or what
No,
are we talking
like
about?
don't they have
Watch
those
'em.
like shows where sometimes audience members can participate and you throw
Oh,
fish
like
and
you
stuff?
hold a fish in
Yeah,
your
yeah,
mouth and
all
the
that kind of
dolphin
stuff.
comes in
right.
and grabs it?
I feel like
Ooh.
that's in play.
I need the guys to try out their like whale sounds, like in Finding Nemo,
Yeah.
how they're saying I can speak whale.
Yeah, yeah.
I need them to do that.
What I'm saying is that that's pretty high on the list of wacky radio remotes. Travis, you've been in this industry for a long time.
I'm trying to think. So we used to do, when I worked for Jim, the remotes that we did were all like big events,
right?
Like well-attended big events, like thousands of people. So they were choreographed. They were pretty dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got started on this side of the operation as a host, when I moved to Houston, right? And it was my first on-air gig ever, and I'd been there like a week. I had no idea what I was doing as far as like being on the air or anything like this. And they're like, "Oh, you're going to go do a remote at this restaurant." And I'm like, "Okay." And I had only done these things as a producer in arenas.
Yeah.
And now you're sending me to a local barbecue place. By the way, first place I ever saw a loaded baked potato, game changer.
Nice.
Wow.
It was amazing. They literally had me at a table in the middle of the restaurant like I was a customer, right? And the Comrex we all have same sort of technology.
Oh my God.
So I and no engineer, I have to like run the phone line to do this thing.
God.
I'm sitting there. So my time slot was kind of like late morning, so I'm getting like the early bird crowd for lunch at like 10:30, and it's these old folks, these blue hairs that are there eating their barbecue at 10:30. It's me sitting next to these people, and I'm just ranting and raving about whatever it is, and everybody's looking at me like, "What is this man doing here?" and I've never been so self-conscious in my life, except for when I got one of them to laugh. I'm like, "Okay, that was pretty good. I got something going here. I'm going to keep going."
Nice.
But it was, and you could hear people like they would kind of whisper and look over in my direction. It was weird.
That's funny.
Damaris Barbecue in Houston, Texas.
Damaris Barbecue. That's like the nightmare radio DJ you have, where you're at some remote and nobody wants you to be there and nobody's laughing at your jokes.
So there couldn't have been, when I first got there, I think I came on the air at 10.
Mm-hmm.
By 10:30, it was me and 10 people eating lunch, and by 12:30, there were 40 or 50 people eating lunch.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of the hustle of the plates, the forks,
That's
and the
cool.
glass.
You get a little vibe.
You get a little bit of vibe, but before, it's like I was almost whispering into the mics. I didn't want to upset these people's lunches.
Just a guy in a restaurant. It's like Texas Roadhouse, just trying to find my way. That's funny.
It was weird.
SeaWorld, though, that's wild.
That's gonna be nuts.
I cannot wait to watch that.
I would imagine they had to have sent you out as a player or a broadcaster, sent you to places to go. But although you're Super Bowl title
kind
winner.
of the same thing. It wasn't like the place was weird. It was like the city we were in was weird. Like Troy, Illinois. Like deep in the middle of Illinois.
Is that like rural Illinois?
It's
militia country,
and,
as we like to say.
It got kind of weird a little bit there. So those little areas, and we'd go to these places. They're kind of like Hooters, but they're not, and they allow smoking inside.
Oh wow!
So doing radio, it's in that environment, and it's just completely covered in smoke.
Yeah,
for 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
that's old school.
That's
Those are
weird stuff. Yeah, and no buffer, because we'd have drunk people walk up and start talking to us as we're doing radio.
That's the problem with remotes like that, is that if you don't have the buffer, I've done a couple from bars, over the course of the years, and it's like people just stare around, blah, blah, blah. You're like, listen, buddy, I'm talking on the air.
I want to be very clear about this. I want people to come up and say hello to me. I want people to come up and engage. I really do. But guys, here's what I'm going to ask of you. If I have my headphones on, that means I'm talking on the air.
Working.
If you see my headphones go on around my neck or on the table, come on up and let's engage. But if my headphones are over my head, just give me 5 minutes.
We had to go
in the
Keith
middle.
Richards
You can
every
wave.
now and then.
You can give a thumbs up.
Right.
And I've seen people do that all the time.
Take the guitar off and start hitting people and then go back to work. Stop it. We're working. Leave us alone.
Oh, my goodness. All right, the Lakers are the 3 seed in the West. They draw the Minnesota Timberwolves, which sounds great and might be great and might be a very, very challenging matchup. That's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
You know what? I get so pissed off. I like a good mojito. I am amazed at the number of times I order a mojito and it's totally half-assed. Like, do these guys even know how to muddle? It's like nobody wants to muddle the mint, and so they just throw a sprig of mint in. I want well-muddled mint in a mojito. What do I have to do to get that?
You have to exactly say the order that way. So this is my order. If somebody says, what do you want to drink? I'll say, I'll have a whiskey sour with Maker's Mark in a rocks glass with ice.
Ooh, specific.
Because if I don't say that, they will bring me like a high glass with a little dainty garnish on it with no ice.
Yeah.
You need to say, muddle it.
Muddle.
And if the bartender's any good, he'll know.
Yeah, I want a good mint muddler.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Pizza City Fest returns to Los Angeles at LA Live on Saturday, April 26th and Sunday, April 27th. The festival offers a stellar lineup of Southern California's best pizza makers in one location, giving fans the unique opportunity to taste, see live demos, and attend panel discussions with culinary experts over 2 days at LA Live. Get more info and buy tickets now at LALive.com/Pizza City Fest LA. Once again, that's LALive.com/Pizza City Fest LA.
This is John Ireland. You know BBGO. You see their logo on every Lakers jersey, but did you know BBGO is the official game day snack of the Lakers? BBGO promises bold, authentic Korean flavor. And if you're tired of the same old snacks while watching the game, try America's favorite and #1 Asian snack brand. You can find BBGO products in the freezer section. Try the steamed dumplings or the mandu. BBGO knows that food brings people together, just like the purple and gold. Try BBGO today.
Looking for a great deal on a new ride? Lease a 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC for just $319 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Don't miss out. Drive with confidence with America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and Hyundai's Assurance Program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or online at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com to schedule your test drive.
Please offer on approved HMF credit. $39.99 due at signing. Plus tax, license, $85 dock fee, and registration. No security deposit. 10,000 miles per year. Offer expires 4/30/2025.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. A very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Rory McIlroy. I think he's going to finally do it, win for the first time in over 10 years. And that's my Pachanga Pick of the Week.
Yeah.
But Roy was
yeah, that ain't happening.
Roy's struggling.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Not this time.
See, I did not badmouth your pick.
You didn't. I did.
Yeah.
You weren't celebrating it.
I did. No, he was just an informed consumer to the pick. I was the one that was like, I'm thrilled he won.
Yeah,
I am thrilled that he won. He seems maybe he's a good guy. Maybe I don't know. I've never met the man. I don't know. All I know is I was pulling for him, and he seemed elated to have finally done it. DeMarco, you said something I thought was super interesting, which is when Jack Nicklaus and some other heavyweights like Tiger Woods are like, oh, yeah, he's going to win it one of these days. That's an enormous amount of pressure.
Well, it's an honor that they're saying this about you, and that's how I took it. Wow, that's great. That'd be awesome. Can you imagine being Rory?
I know.
And you keep blowing this and failing, and all this pressure just keeps mounting. They anointed you as the next, and you keep under delivering.
Yep.
That's why I said what I said about Rory.
Yep.
Is he playing well this year?
This year he had been playing well, but the first round. So on Thursday after his first round, he did not finish well. He had a disastrous
he didn't even talk
end.
to the media.
Yeah, he was really not playing well at all, and then he went nuts on
I think that
Friday.
was me rooting for Roy. What you heard there? Yeah, I want him to win.
First
Maybe it's his
European
face.
to do the job too. That's kind of big when it comes to
the Grand Slam.
Yeah, to the overall context. I was saying this before on the morning show, which is this isn't just good for Rory. This isn't just good for golf. This is good for sports. Like when a guy like this can actually accomplish that task and get himself back into the good graces of kind of the average fan. I know you got people on your YouTube chat who act like golf is some non-thing. I'm like, bro, the Masters is a major
big
effing tournament.
It's
You know
big.
what
It's
I'm
a
saying?
non-thing. It's a big event.
I'm just talking trash about people on the YouTube chat, but I'm just
Crazy.
saying, like some people look at golf as kind of a, just kind of a weekend.
Look,
hack kind
we're
of
not
deal.
going to break down the Memphis Open,
No.
but we're going to talk about the Masters.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's a big sporting event, and moments like that you just cannot recreate in terms of how
you
they happen
said
in
it.
your life.
I think I said it to you this morning.
What's
I know
that?
I've said it before. What made Tiger, other than just Tiger's unbelievable talent and watchability, Tiger was not a golfer. Tiger was an athlete.
Yeah.
Tiger made golf events sports events. No one else has been able to do that until yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday's was not a golf tournament. It was a sporting event that sports fans wanted to watch. Right. That you got sucked into it, I think, DeMarco, is a perfect example.
He did.
He pulled you into it.
Or maybe it was the broadcast or Rory or both. But every time he screwed it up, that double bogey, and you would see the look on his face.
Which one?
Right. But you'd see the
numerous
look
ones.
and how he would react, and he'd give you that funny looking that thing that it's kind of like what dogs do when they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, like, oh, I screwed up again.
Oh, on the second hole, yeah, I thought he was going to cry.
That's what I'm saying.
And
I
that
thought he was going to break.
That was bad.
You know what else? Fought back and fought back, yeah.
What I love about him, too, is when they were talking with him after, because he double bogeyed the first hole, and they asked him what he goes, I was incredibly nervous.
Right.
Those
Straight
guys
up.
usually don't say that.
That was refreshing.
And it was
Yeah.
very refreshing. Of course, you told me when you came out for the Super Bowl, right? Like you could feel the curve of the earth.
If you see that, our Super Bowl, when we're coming out and they're announcing the St. Louis Rams and you see me running down the ramp with my fingers in the air, I'm hyperventilating right there.
Yeah,
like I'm
believe
thinking
it.
I'm going to pass out right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make it to the sideline. It was just that weird moment. So I don't think Tiger's ever mentioned how he ever felt.
I think Tiger is not the right example because I think Tiger's a lunatic that wasn't scared.
But I'm bringing him up because Rory kept bringing him up
Yeah.
about Tiger, and he inspired him in '97, which made me feel old.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see the commercial, by the way?
Yeah.
The Nike commercial?
Where he's watching it on TV?
Oh, man. There's a Nike commercial that sort of pantomimes what would have been a young Rory watching Tiger growing up.
Wow.
And it is a tear-jerker and a half, DeMarco.
That's what I'm saying.
telling you, man.
You can't write that script.
It is incredible. You can write the script, and then for it to actually come true is the crazier part about it.
And for Tiger, too, to say what he said about Ray, and this goes back a few years ago, it just speaks to Tiger's acumen, not just to hit shots, but he just understands that game as well as anybody that ever has played it. They asked him, this was probably 5 or 6 years ago, is Rory McIlroy ever going to win the Masters? And because it was the missing hole in his resume. And Tiger, I'm paraphrasing here, but this is really close. He said he absolutely will. And they said, why? And he goes, because he's too good not to. And that's exactly right. He's just too good of a player to not have it happen, that eventually his talent was going to win the day, and it did. Barely, but it did.
So they're going to drive you to win the Masters or drink, one or the other.
Yeah, it's the only major where the course doesn't change. So you think effectively that a guy of that skill level is eventually going to, pardon the pun, master it, which is something that we saw. By the way, though, I wanted to remind you, it was the 20th anniversary of that Tiger shot from the chip where he chipped it in and you got that ball going. It was the 20th anniversary of that. And there's a great story in the LA Times.
That is unreal.
I know. There's a great story in the LA Times today about how they put that shot together. And I guess what happened was...
The TV shot or the golf shot?
The TV shot.
Okay.
And I guess what happened was, and Vern Lundquist is quoted in it, and all the CBS guys in the truck are quoted in it, and what they had was a setup where the chip was a big deal, and they were going to cut to Tiger's reaction to the ball. And so the way that it worked out, and the technical director is one thing, but the operating director is another. The guy who's the second in command just blew off the command to cut to Tiger. He said, "Nope, we're staying on the ball." And they nailed it as a result. It was a borderline mistake. And they talked about it afterwards.
Oh, that's terrific.
And he was like, listen, I understood that I could get fired for this, but I was not coming off
not
that
if it goes
ball.
in the hole.
Right, exactly. And it was like the greatest golf television shot of all time. Good story in the Times.
So what's the first thing you think about when you see that shot? What's other than the ball stopping and then dropping into the hole, what's your first recollection of that moment?
Tiger's not human?
I know what you're going to say.
Not
Go
that.
ahead. What?
The bad high five.
Tiger's attempt to high five his caddy Stevie Williams is
so awkward.
It is the two dorkiest guys
What is it with
attempting
you and
to
high
execute because they didn't know. Are we going to hug? Are we going to fist
know
bump?
what
Are we going to
they
high
were
five? We going to what are we doing? Instead, they did this.
It's burned into my brain because Tiger's one of these, and then he leans in, and then there's a hug.
We've all been there.
And then they just kind of side embrace.
We've all
It's
been
the
there.
That's
worst
why
dap
it's so
ever.
great because we have all been there. And
Is it this? Is it,
exactly.
What are we
And
doing?
it's weird. But imagine if 80 million people were watching that. You're
what are we
like. And it was solidified on TV 20 years
It's
later.
so funny.
Two idiots talking on the radio like, what do you remember? Oh, that they couldn't high five.
I didn't even think of that. Oh, my God. That's crazy.
But yeah, it's a really cool story about how that shot actually came. And I love stuff like that.
It's
You know what I'm
great.
saying when it comes to producing stories. So
It's
yeah,
great.
great Masters, great anniversary, good golf.
All right, so Lakers get the T-Wolves. We were thinking it was likely to be the Warriors. Warriors, man, they were throwing everything they had. Clippers did what they did.
They're going to play on Tuesday now, right?
They play on Tuesday. They play the Memphis Grizzlies on Tuesday. So Lakers may still get them in the second round.
want
if
that
the
matchup
Warriors
so
win
bad.
and then beat the Rockets, they could get it again if the Lakers take care of Minnesota. But you know how many more games the Lakers have won than Minnesota in the regular season?
How many?
One.
Crazy.
Not many.
One.
Crazy.
It's like it is a flat-footed dead heat, and I know I'm excited about it. They get it at home.
The
Anthony
West
Edwards,
bracket is fun.
It's a nightmare. Like there is not a good draw.
How would you describe and Clinton? How would you describe Luka's game?
I would describe Luka's game as intentful at this point. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of free. I mean, while he is a very creative player, there's not a lot that you kind of freestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's going to do the thing that you think he's going to do. You just can't stop it. That's how I look at Luka at this point.
How do you think he would do at the Rucker?
At the Rucker?
How would
he's
Luka,
way too slow to be playing street
That's what
ball.
I'm saying. It's funny watching this game. It's an old man game. It's just very effective. And I just thought of it without referees, without foul hunting. How do you think he would do in a pickup game at the Rucker?
I don't think there's a basketball court in the world that Luka Doncic doesn't go onto and kick everybody's ass.
That's fair. But what I'm saying is that I do think he benefits from playing organized basketball.
Me too.
Sure.
In a way that
because
is different than a lot of
He's
guys.
not scared. He's
At
tough.
all.
He can make buckets.
That's true.
And that's now. Is he going to fly through the air? Probably not.
No.
But is he going to get to where he wants to go? Yep.
I like
Is he going to make
super
shots?
intentional basketball.
He is.
You're right.
I mean, and that's what
Super
makes him good. Is that
intentional.
you know what's going to happen, and you still can't stop it. And that's why I'm very interested to see how he shakes out over the course of a series. I've talked about this a million times, Travis. The Lakers are a team built for series. Night in and night out is a different matter. I'm fascinated to see how Luka is adjusting to a defense, giving him one thing one night and not another thing another.
And Minnesota is, if one thing, they can play defense.
They can.
They have the big Frenchman.
And they're active,
Yes, and they have a scorer.
big.
Yeah. That's what I said. Thank you, Clippers, I think.
Yeah, I think is huge. Yeah. It really is that the Lakers, I like what you said, Yates. They don't have to they have to go 4-3 for the next 2 months.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, J.J. Redick, and crew.
And company.
And crew.
And friends, if you will.
And friends. They need to win one more than they lose every week.
Entirely
That's
possible.
not a huge ask.
I don't think so either.
No.
And I think that the sky is the limit. I also think that they could lose in this first round, and no one would be like, "Hey, what the hell happened?"
No,
nothing happened.
depends
They
on how
got
it
beat.
goes. Yeah.
True. If they get
Depends on how
swept,
it goes.
it's different. But if they
Yeah.
lose in 7 games, and the 7th
be
game is a
surprised.
nail biter,
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
It's just you win some, you lose some. That's why you play the games kind of thing, you know. But I think that they're in a good spot. And I also just want to say quickly, I mean, the fact that they got to 50 games with JJ, look, I know that Kenny Atkins is probably going to win the Coach of the Year, but as far as I'm concerned, there's not a better coach. There's not been a better coaching job this season than JJ Redick. There just hasn't.
I agree.
Not to me.
And he's here through good fortune.
Yeah.
Because the other guy said no?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a
He-
real
'cause the other
deal
guy
thing.
said no.
He's here
Right.
through, serendipity. Or however, he's here because the other person said, you know what, on second thought, no thank you.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No.
Can you imagine?
No. We'll talk more about what that might look like coming up at 10. What's coming up next is The Far Side. It is also a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to the T-Wolves, looking at the 6th seed to face the Lakers in the first round coming up on Saturday. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. The Far Side coming up next.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
The NFL Draft on ESPN, live from the legendary Lombardi Avenue in Green Bay.
To all of these men, I want to say that football is not just a game, but a way of life.
Whose lifelong dream of making it to the league
Each man must make a personal commitment to excellence and to victory.
will be fulfilled on this iconic stage at Lambeau. The 2025 NFL Draft begins Thursday, April 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, ABC, and NFL Network.
Yeah.
Roy was
Yeah, that ain't happening. Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
It's that song from, oh my God, how did I get here? It's Days Gone By. I forgot the name of the song. Burning Down the House.
Simple Minds?
Not Simple Minds. There's a part Burning Down the House. There's a part where he goes, once in a lifetime, like, how did I get here?
Oh, yeah,
There's a moment, I can't
yeah.
remember. It'll come to me, CTE brain. But I was just thinking about sports talk and you. Uh-oh. And my old co-host from St. Louis texted me, and he looks older than dirt. I'm like, you didn't look this old when I left. Like, what happened? He goes, bro, you should look in the mirror sometimes. Like
10 years, brother.
10 years, how fast stuff goes. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, wow, radio show coming up. Emily's probably going to be off the wall because Rory won the Masters. She's going to be nuts. I know Travis is going to go crazy. And then just for a moment, like, wow, LA radio. How did I get here? And then, funny, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I get a text message out of the freaking blue, by Andrea Kramer.
Oh.
Remember Andrea Kramer?
Of course.
She is the reason I started in sports media.
Okay.
Whatever. Because she was coming to interview us, talk to us. Like I said, when we became good, we started seeing the A-list people come through St. Louis and interview us.
That was Andrea.
Andrea was definitely A-list. So sitting in that little private room, you see those interviews that they do.
Of course.
In this little private room. And it was one of our, handball rooms.
Uh-huh.
And you think you walk in and it's all decked out. It looks like a TV studio.
They got
Wait a minute.
lights all set up.
Like, man, we just played racquetball here yesterday. And now, look, it looks like a TV studio. And I'm sitting there, and Andrea Kramer comes out, and I'm like, wow, I'm being interviewed by Andrea. And we talk, and we talk, and we talk. Interview ends, and she goes, hey, you know what? When you're done playing, you might want to think about doing this as a second career. I'm like, whatever, I'm busy.
How far in your career were you at this point?
This was year 7.
Oh, okay.
6. This is 6. Year 6. So
okay.
I'm 28, 29.
You're getting into your career.
I got the world by the cojones, my man. I'm getting ready to play this ball straight to the Hall of Fame. That's where my brain is. I'll worry about this stuff later. Lo and behold, 2 years later, I'm in the circuit. Like I'm retiring or the...
Life moves fast, buddy.
Big time.
Yeah.
The Rams, Mike Martz, they're okay, we're done with you.
Yeah.
You're moving on. So I gave her a call, and she said, okay, call these people at ESPN, and they'll set up an audition for you.
Did you have to go do the car wash and all that stuff?
Not the car wash.
Okay.
I did NFL Live or NFL Tonight. NFL Live.
Probably had both at the time.
With Mark Malone.
Sure.
So I'm thinking I'm going on as DeMarco the guest. You're going to ask me the questions.
Oh,
no.
You're hosting.
DeMarco the host.
Yeah.
Just like you in the middle of that restaurant, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do I do? Yeah. You want me to ask the questions? No, I'm good when you ask me the questions the other way. So it turned into an audition. It was fun. It was like a week long. My first experience going to Bristol. So it's like all these satellite dishes and a hotel.
I've never been.
I watched ESPN every day of my life, and it seems like it's the biggest thing in the world until you get there.
Right.
You're laughing, right?
Well, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, right?
There are 3 hotels almost exclusively for ESPN employees and guests.
Yeah.
There, you probably stayed at the DoubleTree across the street
Right
with the
across
cookies.
the street, right there.
And it looks like a community college campus. So, there are 5 buildings and a bunch of satellite dishes, a big courtyard in the middle.
Mind.
It's like going to college.
So it's the second time I have been, I don't want to say let down, but just it wasn't what I was thinking.
Yeah.
The first time was coming to the LA Rams. Like, this is your facility? This is where we're practicing?
You guys are playing in a baseball stadium.
Right.
You came from a heavyweight college football
Where's
program.
the gym? You just walked through it. You mean outside? You're right.
How much bigger and better were the amenities at Washington?
100. 100 times better. Like, they actually cared.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I think the team was in a different place. They were getting ready to move, except no one knew. I didn't know. I was a rookie.
Right.
But I'm like, I thought this was the equipment you guys were throwing away.
Oh, my
Where's
gosh.
the weight? No, this is our stuff.
That's
all rusty.
crazy.
So that was first. ESPN was second, but that's how I got started.
Yeah.
So I did a week there and then came out here to LA just to do a guest spot on The Best Damn.
Okay.
Right, just to have fun, sit there, have fun with the guys, and then leave.
You, Rose, who, a Cruck?
It was actually, I think Deacon was there.
Deke.
Oh my God.
Dibble.
Not Dibble.
Not yet.
Not Dibble.
Sally?
Cruck was there. Sally wasn't there yet.
Okay.
It was Reggie Theus.
Reggie Theus.
Reggie Theus was
And was
there.
Chris Rose the host?
Chris Rose was the host
Yeah.
because Lampley wasn't available.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was the embryo stage of that show.
Yeah.
I think that I'm just doing a guest spot. Again, it turned into a week-long audition.
Yeah.
At the end of that week, they said, we would like to hire you to be on this show.
Did you have any idea you were auditioning for like a full-time gig?
Zero. And if they told me, I
that's
would have forgotten
better,
anyway.
right?
I was just having fun. If they told me, I would have forgotten.
Okay.
So here's the thing. This is where Andrea comes back around, right? So I had told ESPN, yes, I just haven't signed the deal, like Matthew Stafford.
Talking Heads is the name of that band, by the way.
Talking Heads. Thank you
There
very
you go.
much.
Just popped in. I don't have CTE,
once in a
but I
lifetime.
just remember.
How
Yes.
did I get it?
I have one of their records.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I had to. So Fox offers me a deal here, and mind you, the facilities and the amenities are completely different than ESPN. I have my own dressing room. I got a makeup stylist.
They were spending money
big
back then,
time,
too.
and
Yeah.
it was LA. It was a whole lot of fun. But I had told ESPN yes, and I told Andrea yes, and now I'm changing my mind at the last moment. Right.
That happens.
It does happen.
That in TV in this universe, you're not the first person to change your mind.
But Travis, I had a great friend. It's Andrea.
Yeah.
Andrea
No, it's
Kramer
hard.
is in my corner.
It's hard to make that call back and say, "Hey, I've changed my mind," but I guarantee you she's had that call come back her way more than once.
I called her,
Yeah,
and it
it's
went to voicemail, and I was so happy.
Oh, did you leave it on the voicemail?
No, I told her to call me, but I was
gonna
so
say,
happy.
I was going to say, there's no way you left it on the voicemail.
But it took me off the hook for a minute. So when it went to voicemail, I told Fox yes, and then she called me back, and I told her.
That's so funny when you make that call that you don't want to make for whatever reason
Yes.
like that, and you get the voicemail, you're like, oh, and then you're like, oh no, this is worse because I'm going to have to do it again.
Again, right?
And you have that, hey,
because they're not just going to take the voicemail; they're going to call you back.
Right. And you can't. You got to say, hey, listen, there's something important I need to talk to you about. Can you please call me back? The person that gets that message is like, oh, damn,
sucks. It really does suck.
Something important I need to talk to you about. Call me back is never a good message.
Salary was doubled. It was better. I was closer to my family.
No brainer.
But it still sucked to make that. So long story short, again, Andrea texted me out of the blue. She needed something on Sunday.
Okay.
Like they got something going for NFL Films, and she wanted me to do the panel.
Oh, nice.
And I couldn't make it again.
She's gonna stop. Give her my number to Marco.
I feel so bad, but it was one of those moments. So anyway, that was my weekend. Yes,
that's a good weekend.
Yes,
that is a good weekend.
Crazy weekend.
And you had. I don't want to put your business, but you had one thing planned that you did not have to do, which you seemed to be excited about.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. One thing planned I didn't have to do.
Well, you said on Friday, you're like, oh, I'm going to go do this thing. When I said to you this morning, how was the thing? You're like, oh, I was able to
what
not
thing
do that.
What's he talking about again?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Do you know? You know what I'm talking
I know
about.
what you're talking about.
Stop messing with the concussed dude. Come on. What did I say?
I'll tell you in a minute. J.J. Redick is the acquisition of the season. We know we got Luka, right? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Speaking of texting people this weekend, I was texting with my pal Eddie from Rotolo Chevrolet, and it's just this is what these guys do. They take care of people. They make people feel good, and this is why Eddie's been with Mike Capozio at Rotolo for such a long time, because they treat everybody like they're a member of the family. They make sure that you get exactly what you want at the price you want, and that you feel good about the entire process. This is why they win Dealer of the year after year after year. And that's not an expression. They've won it 13 years in a row at Rotolo Chevrolet. So if you've been thinking about a Silverado, don't think about it anymore. Go on into Rotolo Chevrolet and take care of it. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. Can't miss it. Right there in Fontana, the sea of Silverados. If Fontana is a little bit a little far for you, that's okay too. RotoloChevy.com online is a great way to do it. ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com. And whether you go in or go online, you're going to get that same unbelievable customer service experience. You're going to see what I've been telling you about for years. The commercials you've been seeing about on TV for years. They are going to make you feel great about your purchase at Rotolo Chevrolet. And when you get there, tell them that Travis sent you.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Byer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury, think they've pulled a muscle in their back, and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy. Teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends, you buy around for the bar.
Yeah.
Luka did that with parking.
Is
I
there
thought
any-
that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Katy Perry?
No, she's still making music, and it's Kesha.
Kesha.
She's still making music. She is no longer working with Dr. Luke because of a million other things that I'm not going to get into here. But so she's not working with her old producer. She had a song that came out this year called Joyride, which I really like, that I think all of you would hate. So it's great.
It's quite a sales
Dr.
job
Luke.
right there. I think you're going to hate this. Why-
Captain Luke. Dr. Luke, wasn't it? Captain Hook.
Dr. Luke is a producer who
No,
Dr.
Dr.
Hook. Dr. Hook. Was
Dr.
from,
Hook.
Dr.
Yeah.
Hook was.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Hook. He had a hit.
A hit.
Yeah, it's
Dr.
going to
Hook,
come to me.
Captain and Tennille.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, just Dr. Luke is not a good guy. He there's a reason him and Kesha don't work together
okay.
anymore.
Yeah. K $.
Yeah.
Actually, she got rid of the dollar sign when Dr. Luke and her stopped working together. So now she's just Kesha
Now it's
with no
Kesha.
dollar sign. Kesha.
I like that song.
When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman was Dr. Hook.
Okay. There
That's
you
the
go.
one that I
Dr.
know.
Hook.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
We were 8 years old when that song came out.
I remember, yes, being in the Pinto.
So
listening to
1940?
Dr. Hook.
It is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to the Timberwolves getting that 6th seed to face the Lakers in the first round. It's weird that they don't play until Saturday. That's when the game
some
one of
rest.
that is. Yeah, for sure. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor, only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly.
I will never celebrate getting Anthony Edwards in the first round.
No, he's tough.
Yeah. Didn't he set a 3-point record this year?
Made threes?
I think so. Or at
Really?
least jacked up.
Maybe taken? Yeah.
Something, yeah.
But also, we have the person that knocked them out last year. We have Luka Doncic on the team. His favorite memory, when he was looking at the tribute video for him from Dallas, his favorite memory was hitting it against Rudy Gobert. Like, he has that gif of him just being like, rah, rah, at Rudy Gobert. Like, of all the people to go against the Wolves and take them down,
It's
we have Luka.
I feel better because it's not the Warriors, it's not Steph Curry, but just a little bit. The Wolves can send you home.
I was going to say, it's one of those, oh, cool, you missed Golden
now you draw them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 6
There's
to
no
1,
easy
half
routes.
dozen to the other. I don't think it is less sexy, right?
A little bit,
because
yeah.
it's not LeBron against Curry. It's not Butler against Doncic.
It's not LeBron and Steph doing battle one more time.
But it's a really good team.
It is.
It's a very good team that's lost. The Lakers won 50, Minnesota won 49.
Right.
Okay, they're
It's a good matchup.
All of these teams in the Western Conference are bunched so incredibly closely together, and what they do well is something that, at least on paper, the Lakers could potentially struggle with. This is the number 1 rebounding team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
This is a team that
they're big. They play big.
Are really big. The Lakers are big kind of collectively, but
They're
not,
long.
They're not big in the middle. Like
Right.
Jackson Hayes is really their only big. I don't want to see Alex Len or anything like that.
Please,
this is
God,
a
no.
weird matchup for them. I expect
No.
them to win. I think it'll be a good series, but if the Lakers got beat in this opening series, it's not like they spit the bit or choked.
No.
They're playing a really
Minnesota
good team.
can play, and they're hot right now too. Minnesota closed with some fire down the stretch there.
Yeah, they
and
did.
You're not buying the Julius Randle revenge story?
No.
The revenge angle? No. He wants some get back? No.
You want one of my Travis rules, DeMarco?
Yeah.
Anybody that's on a new team every year, you don't want that guy.
Okay. It's a good storyline, though. Maybe he wants some get back, and he's playing good.
He's been on 5 teams since he was on the Lakers.
Lakers, Pelicans, Knicks, and Timberwolves.
Yeah,
now.
he's gone around the block.
He's just waited.
He's a good player. Like, put it to you this way: if he had a game where he was terrific, okay, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards is the problem. The size of guys like Rudy Gobert, that's going to be a real thing.
And I think Luka is the Gobert antidote, because I still think part of Luka's highlights is making him look silly when they get the switch. You know what I know what I mean? Are you laughing?
Yeah, no, that was Jorge cutting up her rah-rah.
Oh, there it is. Julius is averaging 18 points a game.
No, he's...
That's
fine. Put it this way.
Yeah.
If you're a Laker fan, you want Julius Randle taking a bunch of shots.
You do.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't want him
ahead and
making a
do
bunch
that.
of shots. Right.
Luka, I don't know if Luka has like a nemesis. Like Luka's Luka's that good.
The whole world,
yeah. He's gonna go out there and do this.
His nemesis might be the officials.
That could be true.
That might be his big Achilles heel.
I saw something this morning that kind of jumped off the page at me. Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves have only played 21 games together.
Mm-hmm.
That's not very many.
Nope.
That's a really small. That's a quarter of the season.
Barely.
That's nothing.
Yeah, I know.
And obviously, this is a different animal. You're going to play the same team every night for at least a week or so. You're going to get a little rest in between. There is a chance to adjust. There are chances to hunt favorable matchups. And those three guys getting more and more familiar with each other. You're not going to have guys in and out of the lineup, knocking on wood right here, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be able to develop a little sort of a rhythm. And the Lakers, I think, have the better team, marginally speaking.
I think offensively, 21 games, I think you know how Luka plays. I think you know where AR likes to get the ball and how he likes to attack.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're LeBron, you've seen it all now. So you know you can get yours in the closing moments. So 21 is enough to figure each other out. Now it's time to turn it on and let each other just play ball.
Yeah.
But I think everyone knows what this team is,
But don't you
right?
think they'll be better?
Yeah.
Let's say they play a couple of rounds, right? And they get another 12 games together. And now all of a sudden you've played 33, 35 games together. I think your chemistry is going to be a lot better than it is right now. I think it can improve.
Oh, it will.
Yeah.
But I think the game plan is, or what this team is going to be Luka-led, especially on the offensive end, right? So if he's hitting, this is how we play. When he's not hitting, this is how we play. If we need someone to step up, it will probably be AR. If not that, it's going to be LeBron. So I think you have an idea of how this team needs to go about winning on the offensive end. And defensively, how to pick up Luka on the defensive end. How to make sure that's not a liability. I think you've played enough to know where your strengths and your weaknesses are.
I think it's
forward.
going to be a liability. I think it's just how much of a liability.
Oh, it's going to be a whole.
Yeah,
they're going to switch.
They're
to
going to find him. They will take
it.
advantage of that. It's just how much can you try to mitigate whatever lack of defensive ability that he has. Does it kill you, or do you just kind of have to deal with it? Like that's the difference right there. And this is where, kind of coming back to our conversation about Redick, I think is so important. I don't want to just hammer away at Darvin Ham, but under that scenario that you just described, last year's like, I don't know, man. I think J.J. Redick will find a way to mitigate it, to find a way to try to make it manageable. That he's here, I wouldn't say it's the acquisition of the season. It's Luka Doncic, right? I would still put Luka at the top of that list, but J.J.'s a really close second.
You can say this about Darvin, and you can say this about anything, like with McVay and the Rams. It's not that Fisher or Ham are bad coaches. You can say that if you want. It's just that these two guys are doing a much better job than you did.
Yes.
And that's fair to say.
Well said.
J.J. Redick is doing a better job than Darvin Ham with almost the same group. And that brings me to another point. Did we bring this up last week? Better coach than player?
We'll see.
Because he might be.
We'll see.
Like Steve Kerr.
He's got to be around for what did he play? 14 years
14
in the NBA?
years,
Never
yeah.
missed the playoffs.
Right.
He's got
Solid
a long
role
way to
player.
Go. Say again, Em?
He was always a solid role player.
Solid role player.
But he was always on somewhere between good to very good teams.
Yeah.
And we'll see. He's done this for 1 year, and I'm not throwing any cold water on it. He's off to a great, great start, but 14 years versus 1, we're going to have to stack a few more.
If I could, though, if you're building a coach, that's something I would covet.
Well, think about how different.
Decent player, great coach. I like that, yes.
Think about how different he is than the guy that they tried to hire.
Yeah,
like
Hurley?
Dan Hurley is wild card is the wrong word.
Self-promoter.
Loose cannon.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's a guy, self-promoter is a good one too. He's incredibly emotional and sometimes effectively so, but frequently ineffective. Like he shoots himself in the foot a lot. I don't know if NBA players would respond to the constant emotional outbursts the way that you would want them to.
No, I'm with you. I think it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
And it would have been great for us.
Great radio content.
He would provide a soundbite a night. Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know if he would be a great NBA coach.
LeBron, I think, would be down for the playoffs.
Imagine
Luka would be upset.
Dealing with, quite frankly, almost all of them. And Redick seems to be exactly what you were talking about, which is the right mix of things. He clearly understands the NBA, played in the league for a long time. He has been around the league as a broadcaster, a podcaster, a player for his entire life. He is a meticulous preparer, if that's a word, right? All that we hear about is that all of the Laker coaching staff, they break tape, they're analytically all of this stuff.
I'd like to see his morning routine.
Right?
JJ Redick's morning routine.
Yeah,
but go ahead. Yeah,
and now they've got this guy that is going to connect with, understands personalities in the NBA. He knows if I don't get along with LeBron and Luka, I'm dead.
But without sacrificing respect.
I got to get along with LeBron and Luka, or I'm dead. But I also have to coach these guys.
Yes.
If I'm just their guy that they like, I'm dead. What do we got?
What is
now?
that? Earthquake detected. Yeah. I think you're always going to be fine sticking with the truth if you're a coach. Just telling the truth.
But sometimes those guys can tell the truth, and it could be they don't want to hear. I got to find a way to communicate with you. I got to find a way for you to buy in. I got to find a way for you to trust me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to tell the truth. I agree with you. But he seems to have that thing where they trust him because he knows what it's like to play in the NBA.
Right.
He knows what it's like to struggle. He knows what it's like to thrive. And LeBron could be a really difficult guy to coach just because he's so smart, he's so experienced, there's nothing he hasn't seen. How do you get him to pay attention to you? That's got to be incredibly difficult.
Information he can use, stay out of his way, coach the rest of the guys so he doesn't have to. There's a lot to do it. There's a lot to being an NBA coach, and even more being a coach of a team that has LeBron James, a guy that has 22 years of experience. What can you really tell him about basketball that he doesn't know already?
And then you get thrown the wild card of, oh, by the way, here's something no one saw coming. Now, it's a huge win because it's Luka.
Oh, the other most temperamental guy.
He's a temperamental guy.
Yeah.
And he's probably still trying to unpack whatever else it is that got him shipped out of Dallas.
Yeah.
Right? And so he's trying to process that. Oh, by the way, I need to teach you what we're doing here. Oh, by the way, I got to get along with you. Oh, by the way, I got to kind of maybe stick a foot in your ass every once in a while to get you moving.
Right.
That's a real task. And oh, by the way, while I'm doing all that, I got to make sure that LeBron's still my main,
right.
That's a lot on his plate.
Throw in AR trying not to overachieve.
Yeah,
trying to prove something, trying to do too much to prove something. That's a lot to mix
in. Into that third role beautifully.
He is, and it was maybe premature, not as premature as Roki Sasaki. We'll get to that later, but a little premature saying he's the best third option in the league. He's the best third option on this team, and as we move forward in the playoffs, he could be the best third option in the league.
He's at least on the list.
Absolutely, he has a chance to be.
Yeah. He's. Had you said that 3 months ago, it would have been, dude, slow down. Slow down. It would have been one of those. I like him too, but slow down.
We did. Hold it just a minute. Yeah, we got another
now
month.
And saying, hey, he's the third best option in the league. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, make the
case. Would
case.
not be shocked if they won this series and he led them in scoring twice. Would not be surprised at all.
Not even a little.
Yes.
Not even a little.
With LeBron and Luka doing their thing, and he still gets his.
I know they don't do this, but if the Lakers are going to advance, who's the MVP of the first round?
Luka.
Yeah, I think so too.
Always. Keep going. It's going to be Luka.
Yeah. I think you could get to the finals and it could be a LeBron. I think it could be a Western Conference Finals and it could when
Luka MVP, but LeBron won the last 10 minutes.
I'm still telling you, if you said to me, your life is on the line, you get to pick one play in the NBA. What do you want? Give me LeBron going to the basket.
Going to the basket,
Give me LeBron going to the basket with speed.
All right.
I'll take my chances.
What about one last shot from beyond the arc?
Steph.
No, I mean on this team, the Lakers. It's got to be Luka. It's got to be
Luka.
Right.
Yeah, if I got to shoot it from 25 feet, it's Luka.
Yeah.
But if I just get to pick my poison, I want
bucket
LeBron,
to win.
Head
give
down,
it to LeBron.
going to the hoop.
Yes.
Head down, going to the hoop. All right. We'll continue to talk about the Lakers coming up in just a little bit. I want to talk about Dodgers playing lousy. And quite frankly, I know they have a good record, but they've been playing lousy all season long. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
When the Eaton fire hit, families were caught off guard.
When I got the call that there was a fast-moving fire, I was like, no, this is not happening.
If you lost your home, call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB, or visit calljacob.com. Together, we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob.
This is John Ireland. You know BBGO. You see their logo on every Lakers jersey, but did you know BBGO is the official game day snack of the Lakers? BBGO promises bold, authentic Korean flavor. And if you're tired of the same old snacks while watching the game, try America's favorite and #1 Asian snack brand. You can find BBGO products in the freezer section. Try the steamed dumplings or the mandu. BBGO knows that food brings people together, just like the purple and gold. Try BBGO today.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Put your mic closer.
Are we just like conditioned to like ignore earthquakes?
In San Diego, 6.0 earthquake centered in San Diego. My daughter is a student at San Diego State, so I texted her. She said it shook hard.
Okay.
And she's cool. The guys are down at SeaWorld today, so I'm sure they got a little taste of that going on right now. Susan's at home. She said she felt it in Laguna Niguel pretty good. So
Wow.
I didn't feel it at all. I just got the alert.
No. Did we shake
We
it?
felt it a little bit. I think if you're standing, you might be able to feel it a little better like we were. And my old roommate just moved back to San Diego, and like one of his like dressers is broken now. Like that's how bad it was shaking him. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one you ever had.
It was just hung over.
Two things could be true at the same time.
Wow.
Because you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you guys ever, when you were a kid,
we had quakes all the time.
Were you there in 90? What was that?
No,
in 89 during that
I was
quake?
up in Seattle.
Okay.
And it was weird, man. So we're all practicing. We had a bunch of dudes from California.
Yeah.
And they said it was an earthquake in California. Like earthquake down in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And, go call your parents if you can. So
that's the one during the World Series.
All of us go running off, and we couldn't get through.
Yeah,
it was terrible. It was terrible.
We were at practice. And we were practicing on the baseball field at Santa Barbara when that earthquake happened, and you could feel it. Like you could feel the ground kind of rolling. And I remember it's the only time I've ever been like outside in a pretty open area during one. You could almost kind of see the ground kind of rippling.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was. And then I was down here in L.A. during the Northridge quake in '94, and that was by far the scariest one.
Crazy.
That felt like the end of the world. Like the house is going to come down. Susan was going to school out in Loma Linda.
Yeah.
And she was at nursing school out there, and we were staying in her apartment. And right outside her apartment was that metal staircase up to the second floor.
Yeah.
And it was banging up again. It felt
That's
like
a
the
big
end
one.
of the world, man.
How many bridges over water out here?
It's Coronado.
Yeah.
The one in San Pedro.
San Pedro has a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the thing, the Bay Bridge.
Yeah.
Mom traveled that thing like it was weird.
Yeah.
A lot of people's parents traveled that thing. That was our big bridge. And
Wild.
part of that collapse. Crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
And I didn't go under the table,
Well,
guys.
you went viral last time, man.
I know.
Let me see if I can do it.
Yeah.
There's some shame around taking cover here,
There
I guess.
is not. Not by me, you're not going to get it.
No. It was just to look around.
There is something about, though, like DeMarco and I and Jorge that have been around them most of our lives. It's like you take that minute to go, is this bad or not?
Is this it?
Right.
Yeah, because you've been through so many that just kind of slow roll. You're like, okay, that's nothing. But then it gets that next level the next level.
So I'm waiting for correspondence. Are you guys okay? So we'll find out.
So, let's see. I texted Chris. He says I got a ha-ha back from him. So we're,
really?
we're okay. Yeah, so we're good. I asked a specific question, so we'll.
Okay. I just
okay.
texted Greg, are
Yeah.
you guys okay? And
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone is okay.
I think everybody's okay.
What did you ask him that he?
I'll tell you
never
later.
mind. Tell me later.
I'll tell you later. The Dodgers have lost 3 consecutive series. Dropped 2 or 3 in Philly. Dropped 2 or 3 in D.C.
Never thought I would see that.
Dropped 2 or 3 to the Chicago Cubs at home.
Cubbies are good.
The Cubs are good.
Cubbies are good.
The Phillies are very good. The
Yep.
Nats are mediocre. But to your point, I don't know if I said to you, how many series in a row do the Dodgers lose at this point in the season? What's the high mark?
I would have said none in a row.
I would have said 3. I think this is where we
series.
Yeah,
I would have said
Yeah.
none. Okay,
None
in a row. No, I didn't
You
think
don't
you'd
think
lose
they'd
a
lose 2
series.
series in a row?
I didn't think you'd lose a series all year.
Oh, stop.
All the hype.
Really? You thought
Come
they win
on.
140 games?
Go back to Japan. Remember that team?
Yeah, but come
yeah.
on, man. Seriously.
I didn't think they'd lose a series all year.
No, stop it. This was, in a weird way, I think it's a good thing. They've played poorly all year long. They've gotten some big hits. They've had a really
Okay.
they've had
They
a
deserve
really
to lose.
good bullpen
Yeah.
on occasion. They're 11-6, I think is what it is.
Yes.
which is good.
Yes, it's
They
not
haven't-
horrible.
They haven't played well.
Right.
Their defense is legitimately.
So you're playing bad and you're losing. So
It's like
Yeah.
throwing 3 interceptions in every game and still winning.
Right.
It's like eventually you can't throw 3
Winning's good
interceptions
deodorant.
every time.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. The game last night I thought was a really good kind of wake-up call, smell and salt, whatever you want. Tyler Glasnow was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he pitched well, and the Dodgers didn't win the game. They were not good defensively. They can't get that big hit that they did get through the first 8, 9, 10 games of the season. Ohtani has cooled off. Betts has cooled off. Freddie hasn't really found his stride yet. Defensively, they're all over the place. It's not like, hey, what's going on? Because there's just so many games left and they got so many good players. But I do think that there's some value in this to say, hey, look, this looks like you know what. Let's tighten this stuff up.
Losses have a great way of doing that. I mean, when you're third right now in the West, right?
Yeah.
No one had that at this point in the season. So
no, you're probably right.
I think you might be right. It's so weird because had you won games that you should have lost, it does nothing for you except put a win in the win column,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the only thing. But sometimes you need these losses so you can kind of galvanize your squad. We have to figure this stuff out. We have to start playing better.
They have to play better.
You have to start playing better, like right now, because if we don't, this is going to hurt us down the stretch. I'm glad it's hurting you now. I'd rather have it now than down the stretch.
It's not going to kill them as far as making the postseason. It's going to kill them as far as habits, right? It's
If you
gonna,
don't stop now.
that
Yeah.
intensity of it. And look, I want to be crystal clear. There are not any like underlying major issues. This is just poor execution more than it is anything else.
Yeah.
But that can matter. And look, when you play in postseason series, your execution, I'll go back to it again. Them crapping all over the Yankees for their inability to execute and them kind of sitting back like, we knew we'd take care of business. Well, you're not.
Right.
You know, you're
Baseball gods.
clearly not doing this. You had a 16-0 game over the weekend, which is going to happen once in a while, but that was a 2-run game in the 6th inning. And it just totally spiraled out of control.
So I guess you'd be looking to Dave, right, to kind of right the ship?
I think it's players.
Which one?
All of them.
I guess all of them have to.
It's kind of down the line. Every single one of those guys with a couple of exceptions. Teo's been really good. Edmund's been pretty good, but just tighten
Not
this up.
playing radio guy. If this continues, you can't blame the players. It's going to ultimately fall to Dave. This was the point I was trying to make earlier.
Not for me. It's
not for you. I mean, if you're not playing well and you can't blame the guys, it's going to fall on Dave's shoulder. I guess you can.
Yes, you can.
But it's going to be on Dave to get these guys to start playing better.
I don't see it like that.
Yeah.
It's the players. Dave's job is to make sure that everybody understands the assignment, and if they're not performing, find other guys. But there aren't better guys to go get.
I know you're gonna have I like I said, I don't think Ohtani's going to be.
Oh, he's fine.
Struggling.
He's fine. They're all. That's the thing.
I don't think they're all going to be struggling.
No, this feels really silly
but
to
even if you're
say out loud.
Still not playing great baseball, I still think you have enough to overcome it.
They're
when
going
they
to
start
win
playing
100 games if they play like this all season long. Because these guys will get hotter, right? Even if they're sloppy and a little loosey-goosey with some of the stuff that they do, they're going to win 100 games, 95 games, which will win that division. They're going to do it no matter what. But they also will lose in the playoffs if they don't get...
Playing bad, not hitting.
How many games have they played? Let me see.
You can still play bad and hit and win.
They played 17 games, and I think they've played well maybe 5 times.
How are you pitching? Pitching
decent.
Okay?
Their bullpen has been mostly good. Their starting pitching has been mostly mediocre.
Okay.
Yeah, except for Friday night.
Friday night was bad.
No. Awesome.
Or excuse me. Wait, which one was the 21 hits?
That was Saturday.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But most of those came off Miguel Rojas. So I don't know that
still counts.
It officially goes into your pitching stats, but it doesn't go into your pitching stats. The best part of Rojas was him imitating all of his teammates
and having a blast.
And he was really good at it.
Yes. Brought some levity. Yeah.
The best one was the Kershaw was pretty good where he put his hands up over his head.
Right.
But the Yamamoto was, did you see on Sunday Night
Dead
Baseball
on.
last night? They put them side by side. They were perfect.
Yeah,
they were perfect. So that game is kind of just a joke. But Yamamoto's performance on Friday night. Here's his line real quick. Where did I put it? Here it is. 6 innings pitched, 9 Ks, 1 walk, 2 hits, no runs.
Fuego.
They had no chance.
None.
And like we saw, the Cubs pretty good, right? He wiped them out.
Rounding into form, or is this the form?
If that performance is...
That's the form.
That's 10 out of 10.
That's him.
That is best pitcher in baseball stuff. That is Cy Young Award winner stuff.
Did not know you haven't had a Cy Young Award winner from Japan. Did not know that.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to think of who might have had a look at it. Nomo maybe for a second.
Nomo, that's about it.
The guy from the Mariners who was a closer, I think his name was Sasaki too. He was pretty good. The guy for the Red Sox,
so it's not really
Matsuzaka.
They haven't. It's not really a thing.
There's been the position players have had more success than the pitchers for the most part, but I don't think any of the Dodgers are going to get enough innings.
I looked at last year. What do you 170?
That if you told me right now 170, I'd take it.
170 innings.
Yeah.
I think the short guy on that list from last year was 130.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
I
think
not a lot.
150 is the sweet spot.
150 is the sweet spot.
150 is enough to be sharp without being overworked.
You don't think he'll make 150?
I think he'll be between 150 and 180.
Okay.
Would be where I'd place my bet.
That was Hunter Green, 150 innings, and he finished sixth or eighth or whatever it was.
He's terrific. But that's not. You're going to have a guy that kind of chews up some innings along the way, and the Dodgers, at least so far, don't have that guy. Sasaki's not going to be that guy. Yamamoto's not going to be that guy. Ohtani's not going to be that guy. Snell's already down, and the next time Tyler Glasnow gets through a full season without missing time will be the first. So they're not going to rack awards, but they may rack a bunch of wins.
Who was your last Cy Young for the Dodgers?
Kershaw.
Was it Kershaw?
Yeah.
That's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kershaw, Gagne. I'm trying to just going backwards.
Let me see.
Yeah, Kershaw.
Yeah, Kershaw in 2011, Gagne in 2003, Oral in 1988, and Fernando Valenzuela in 1988.
And Kershaw has won 3 or 4 of them too.
Yeah, but I think the most recent was 2011.
They were counting Snell.
Yeah.
Snell hasn't done it as a Dodger.
Not as
He's
a Dodger.
won it, period.
Tampa and Giants. Or Padres, I should say. They'll be fine. Pick up the ground balls.
Do you
run
believe
the
that?
bases better. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to correct myself on that one. His most recent was 2014, not 2011.
Yeah. They'll be fine. Here, you know what? You're gonna get annoyed by me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying everything's fine until they look like this in July, and then I'll be saying, hey, there's a problem. So
There's no
you
way
got,
they can look like
you
this
got
in July.
That's exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
even if
that's
they did,
wishful talking by me, though.
Even if they did through the middle of June, I'd be looking at you saying, bro.
They're not hit. They're not hurt. They're just not hitting.
They're just playing bad.
They're just not. Yes.
They're playing bad.
Someone
Good
in
teams
that
play bad.
in that clubhouse is going to have to grab the team by the throat, and it can't. I wish it was Max Muncy, but you have to hit better.
Yeah,
somebody needs to grab you by the throat.
He's been bad.
Yes, he hasn't been. Torpedo bats, man. I'm telling you.
He tried one. He was worse with the torpedo
bring
bat.
it back. It's there for you.
Yeah, remember those things? It feels like 1912 that they were using
like
torpedo
new Coke.
bats. Exactly. Factor Cap coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, look, again, Travis, I almost took the picture this morning. I should bring him in. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring him into the studio. My winter gear sweatpants for walking. I want you to see, like, the crotch area and how chewed up it is. And this is why I love Highlands.
You can keep that to yourself.
I'm telling you, this is why I love Highlands. It's the greatest thing ever. So, look. Back in my playing days, when I get that rip in the playing pants, I get that chafe, and it would absolutely burn. It would bleed. It would absolutely suck. I'm still getting them on my morning walk. It's just the way my body's built. So I know I have a lot of people out there just like me. That's why I keep Highlands Chafing Relief on deck. It's a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. And I sweat a ton. And it smells pretty good, too. Look, dries like a powder, no greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, like me and like a lot of others, you're not alone. Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Love that. So whether you're running, riding, or hiking, or just dealing with the heat, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your upper chest area, Travis, and your arms. You get the idea. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love just because of chafe and chafing. Trust me, grab Highlands right now. Relief is right around the corner, available right now at Walmart and Target.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
If one's an actor,
one is an actor,
If one got the lead in whatever the new Brokeback Mountain is and with a super hot guy.
Brokeback Mountain 2, still broke.
You can't tell him not to take that because you might get jealous.
Don't you think that's a great name for a sequel? Brokeback Mountain 2, still broken. That's great.
Yeah, I actually do like that.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, Next Gen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from Next Gen. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN today.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Get up
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
Konnichiwa.
Hi, guys. It's the day after the Masters. I just do like that everybody just texted me or tagged me and just was telling me that I'm right. It's really nice to have that occasionally feel good.
You like that, do you?
I do like to be told that I'm right. This is surprising, I'm sure. So over the Travis weekend, is right. On Friday, not in that instance, I saw a movie, which is a shocker. But I saw the movie at the AMC Theater, so no service dining like Alamo Drafthouse has. And to my right was a girl eating Chick-fil-A that she had brought in. To my left was a girl eating Taco Bell that smelled like B.O.
Ooh.
I want to tell you how terrible this Taco Bell smelled. And I knew it wasn't her because it didn't come out until she opened her steamy, gross, wet bag of Taco Bell. And the girl to my right got in trouble by the employees of the AMC that came over like, hey, could you no outside food. You can come outside the theater and eat it. Like, you're not in trouble. Just don't eat in the theater. And she threw a stink. And I was like, I'll just put it in my bag. And then eventually opened up during the movie. Whatever. But they were seeing this girl to my left eating Taco Bell. I'm like, whatever. The movie sucked too, so it didn't make it any better.
Whoa.
But when you are in an enclosed space, when you're in a shared space with other humans, strangers, that they can't escape from you, you have to be aware of the smell of your food before you open it up. Travis, Factor Cap.
It's a tough one. I'm going to say fact, but I think there are a lot of exceptions to this rule.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting on an airplane and you break out a tuna sandwich, you're a monster. Right, because it is. It's gonna smell like get a turkey sandwich. Get a ham sandwich. Get a veggie sandwich. Something that doesn't smell up the whole place. If you're
maybe
in a
not
movie,
Panda Express.
Right. If you're in a movie and you break open a bag of Taco Bell, that's a lot, man.
That's bad.
That's a lot. But maybe they haven't had a chance to eat all day. Maybe there are. I don't know. I want to say
cheaper.
Fact. I try to make sure that I'm not the person that everyone's going, dude, seriously. I don't want to be that guy, but sometimes you got to be that guy.
What's the question again?
When you're in a closed shared space, you have to be aware of how smelly your food is.
I'm gonna go fact with few exceptions. Like on an airplane, if I break out the tuna sandwich, I might apologize first. I got to break this out. This is the only thing I got. I'm sorry. I'm starving.
Yeah.
I got to eat this.
I'll eat it as fast as I can.
I'll try my best. But, I mean, if you're on that same airplane, if I'm on that same airplane and I brought food and I open like a can of kimchi, that's bad. Right. That's horrible. That's terrible. I have to find something else to eat. I can't do that to everyone else. But very few exceptions, it's got to be a fact. Yeah.
Jorge?
Look, I can't smell, so whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, like I bring out whatever you bring out. But look, I am, for instance, ceviche in my car. That was strong for like
no
a
ceviche
week,
in
bro.
the theater, please.
Yeah, no ceviche in the theater. Like, fish and stuff like
generally
that. Generally
speaking, fish needs to be ordered at a restaurant or in your own home.
Totally.
Right. That if you're bringing it to a third location, you're rolling the dice.
But in a pinch, a tuna melt, maybe?
DeMarco,
I don't know.
I love tuna sandwiches.
Me too.
They're like at the top of my list.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them, but it's a choice.
What if I
man.
offer you half of it? There. Now we're together.
Now you've made a friend with me. What about the other 100 people on the airplane?
Just saying. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also she ate that Taco Bell over the course of the entire movie. It took her 90 minutes to eat this Taco Bell.
I understand the rules are out the window, all of this stuff. I get it. I don't need, other than maybe the smell of popcorn at a movie, because it's just a movie.
It's there.
Right. I don't need to smell anybody's food. Even if it smells good, it's like I'm in a movie.
I got so much stuff on my lap, I can't smell anything else but what I'm eating anyway.
Yeah.
Just do the wrapper thing when something blows up.
Sure.
Not when it's quiet.
I agree with that as well. So it's not the LA marathon that happened this weekend, but I do know that there was another marathon some way, shape, or form. And my friend was talking to me about how she was out at a bar late, like 1:30 in the morning, and a group of runners were celebrating their marathon. They were still wearing their stuff. And again, this is like 1:30 in the morning, sweaty from their marathon, but obviously living it up. Life's good if you have that. So, put yourself in the shoes of somebody who accomplished something as big as a marathon. This is a huge accomplishment. If you went out afterwards, you would wear your bib all the rest of the night to say, "Hey guys, here's my bib. I ran a marathon." DeMarco, Factor Cap.
Oh heck yeah! If I ran a marathon and I placed, even if I finished the darn thing. Oh my God, you're gonna hear about it all night. I'd wear that thing everywhere. I'd wear it the next day.
Yeah.
Okay, Travis?
I'm with DeMarco. If there's a feat of endurance that is universally recognized as impressive, you're going to have to know that I did that thing. Like if you finished a marathon or a triathlon or climbed Half Dome or whatever it is, like I did that.
Right.
And you need to know. You need to know
that
I did that.
Yeah, right. That's why I did that. So you know I did that.
Yeah, for sure.
Jorge?
Hell yeah. You guys remember Insanity, that workout?
Yeah.
Well, when I completed it, I got my T-shirt that says I did it. So I would wear it here and there. Like, hey, I finished the Insanity program. That was a tough program to finish.
Dude, that was nuts.
That was nuts. Yeah.
That and P90X.
P90X was oh my God.
Yeah.
On this day in 1993, Bill Nye the Science Guy, starring Bill Nye, debuts on KCTS TV in the United States. So I'm assuming this is the first airing of Bill Nye. So it wasn't my teacher's show of choice when basically they didn't want to teach. They would roll in the TV. And again, teachers have a tough job. This is not me discrediting teachers, but your job is long, and sometimes you have time to
fill.
Sometimes they
have a hangover.
Exactly. Sometimes you have a hangover, etc. So there's a program that was always played when your teacher didn't necessarily want to teach. Mine was Reading Rainbow. Anytime they rolled out Reading Rainbow, was my teacher didn't want to teach. Jorge, there was a program for you.
It was Reading Rainbow for us, but then depending on what was being covered, like for instance medieval times or whatever it was, they would bring in a movie from that era just to kind of go with it. So I remember First Night is one of those movies with Richard Gere and Sean Connery. It's here in my head. Like I know that movie.
Decent.
My seventh grade teacher had us watch Spartacus.
Spartacus. Kirk Douglas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stanley Kubrick. Spartacus. She was retiring that year. She didn't give a
She was done.
She didn't give a nut. We also had Magic School Bus a lot too.
Oh yeah.
Travis, there was a program that your teacher always rolled out.
No, but. So it's Cap for me, but DeMarco, you're the only one that I even have a chance of remembering this. There wasn't like a TV show. Like getting a TV in the classroom was actually really super rare when I was in elementary school and stuff like that.
Well, because the TV was still in black and white and it was barely there.
Well, no remote. I know you're making it, but they were kind of like bolted down to their pieces of furniture. They weren't easy to move. And do you remember film strips?
I do remember film strips.
That was what it was, where they would take they literally would unspool this thing and they would wind it through this projector.
Like, the war in World War II.
Start a tape, and they had to pick someone in the class, a student. They had to click the slides as it would go through.
Oh my God! Yes,
and you hear it go click, click, and then the kid would go boom, and it would go from like the Grand Canyon to I don't know, like the Navajo people at the bottom of the, and it was like still pictures that you had to flip through like a carousel. It was brutal.
Carousel, a la Mad Men.
But it wasn't slides. It was like one long piece of film that fed through this machine.
Okay, DeMarco?
I can't tell you how happy that used to make me when you walk in and you see the projector in your classroom. All you just knew was that day. Yes, we're good. Everybody have fun. And we didn't have one particular video they would show, but they would do everything in reverse. For some reason, that was like the biggest thrill for us. They'd run back the
tape
film
with the movie
and
backwards.
everything would go backwards. And it was like the biggest thing forever. We loved that thing. We watched Star Trek in reverse one day. Seeing the Enterprise go backwards was awesome.
My best friend Sarah and I both. So we got close to one of our history teachers, and we convinced her to do a film series. And so after school, if you wanted to stay after school and watch whatever was relating to what we're watching, you could stay after and watch Saving Private Ryan. You could stay after and watch something else. It was like world history, so it was all over the place. And I really liked that. My last thing. So University of Tennessee is moving on from their starting quarterback, Nico Iamaleava. I don't know how to say his name, but Tennessee coach Josh Heupel informed the team of the decision at a meeting. Iamaleava missed meetings and practice on Friday, which was the driver of the decision. Sources told, I believe it was Front Office Sports. My statement, though, is You can't be surprised when you look at his name. His name is I Am a Leaver.
I'm a leaving.
Come on.
I am a leaving.
You can't be surprised. Travis Factor Cap.
I guess if you put it that way, it's fact.
terrible.
This may be the first time we've seen something like this, but it won't be the last. This is just the way that this stuff is going to go.
Depending, I'm glad Tennessee handled it the way they did because clearly the kid was holding out for more money. I think he was making 2.3 NIL money. It's
a lot of
and
dough.
he wanted 4.
It's a lot of dough. It's a big raise.
I think if the rumor is true, the Oregon coach called Heupel, the Tennessee coach, and said, "Hey, this kid's sniffing around for more NIL," and they stood their ground and said no. I'm glad they didn't cave. I'm glad they didn't cave. Because if they did, college football is on the way. Like, it's about, what, one Titanic length away from hitting the iceberg?
Yeah.
If you let this go, you hit it.
Who won the Heisman Trophy last year? Was it Genty?
Genty.
Okay.
No. Travis Hunter won.
Who?
Travis Hunter.
Excuse me. Travis Hunter, right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Travis Hunter, let's say he's coming back to school next year. And if he went, look, man, I just won this school Heisman Trophy. You guys are paying me. I'm making up numbers.
Keep going.
You made me 2. You were paying me 2. I'd like 5. I want it.
Pay him.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and if Colorado, just in this fantasy land, said no, somebody else would say, we'll do it.
Pay him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
him,
I'm like.
Yes. You
Maybe,
got
maybe
leverage.
I'm Oliva. Is that right, Em?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Sure.
Nico I'm Oliva is not the right guy to try to be to force the hand, but somebody's going to get it.
They're good. They're a good SEC
Yeah.
squad. He was one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Probably going to be a first rounder.
He
knows his worth.
They're free agents every year.
Yes.
And if they can go out there and look, who knows if he's a pro? Who knows if he's not a pro? If I can, an extra $2 million, that's life changing.
You should hold out for it. I
Right.
know.
And he might
I'm
get
glad
it
they
from
didn't
somebody.
get it. I'm glad
and
they didn't get it
I'm
from
also
him.
glad that they stood their ground.
Right.
But look, I don't even think we're a Titanic length away. Something's going to happen that's going to recalibrate this. There's going to be some guardrails that are put up.
It could be this because this has created so much debate that the NCAA should have stepped in a long time ago.
That the ship on that organization is long gone. They are rudderless and they don't lead. They follow. They're not the ones to do it. The ones that are going to have to do it are the athletic directors and the conference commissioners of these big schools.
But I've never heard of a college holdout.
I know.
Until now.
But if the 80s at Ohio State, Texas, USC, the heavyweights.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to put some rules in place. Or we're all going to just be picking off each other's guys every year. This benefits us all to put some rules in place. The NCAA is not going to do it.
Sounds like collusion.
Yeah, but it's also rules. It's
Of
not
course.
collusion if we go into it with
I'm
open
just saying,
eyes.
I'm with you. Something has to change. This cannot sustain.
Factor Caps brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but family always comes first with Joe. Call 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. You got a little last man standing for us coming up, Em?
Bring it.
I do.
Let's do it. It's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cart?
with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
But
I think there's a but. I think there's a but, but not a big but. It's a little narrow but.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Don't mind. Can I sit down here beside you?
Is this Dr. Hook?
Oh, yeah. All right.
I know the chorus on this, I think. It'll come in this.
Oh my God.
This sounds like what would be on our live imaging Tuesday with Chris here. Well, actually, no, not oldies, but like the yacht rocky.
This is more yacht rock.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wrestling was real.
Together.
Yes. Santa was coming down the chimney.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Summers were forever.
All right. I want to have a little. Oh my gosh, is that not the truth?
Summers were forever.
Okay, so this is a perfect segue. The old man moments that you and I are going to share an old man moment here together, and you guys should be very fortunate that you didn't have to experience it. You got your own set of stuff that you have to deal with as kids. This is what we got. We were children of the Cold War, and every day we were an inch away from nuking each other.
Yes.
Okay. It wasn't existential. It was real. It was like this could happen today. Okay. And then somebody had the brilliant idea when we were like in the 5th or 6th grade. Hey, let's make a movie about the end of the world and a nuclear exchange between the United States and the Soviet Union.
Right.
And we're 11 years old. And they put it on in like prime time. And then they started playing it in schools.
Oh, yeah.
And it was hyper realistic. It was all the stuff that was going on in the world. That movie, DeMarco, messed me up
forever.
It's called The
That
Day
and
After.
The Exorcist.
I think Jason Robards was in it.
Was it supposed to be like an informative
right?
thing?
Am I right?
Max Dugan.
Yeah,
yes,
Jason Robards was like the lead, one of the leads in it.
Oh.
And the last scene after the bombs had hit and it's all set in the US, right? And so you see our rockets going, you see their rockets coming in, mushroom clouds, the whole thing. There's this scene where a city has been flattened, it's rubble. And just about everybody is dead. And there's this little boy holding on to an orange who has been irradiated and is getting ready to die. That's the closing scene of the movie. Here you go, 10-year-olds. Go ahead and watch this and go to school and talk about it the next day.
They played that in school.
Right?
Well, it got us prepared.
Did it?
Yeah.
Why do you prepare for a nuclear war?
For what could
hope
happen.
that it hits your house so you're the first one to go?
Yeah,
Hug your
you
parents.
can't protect yourself unless you have a bunker.
No, the first thing you did was go home and hug your dog and your parents, right?
Oh,
See?
my gosh.
You don't have time to get home.
No, I mean, after we saw that as a kid, that's the first thing we did, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And you realize what the threat was. It was real.
The day after.
A big time. And, I mean, we would go outside and look in the sky. This is how dumb we were as kids. And, like, I think we see missiles. Here they come.
Yep.
Right?
And it was contrails from airplanes.
Nuts. I know. Crazy.
Then we got Red Dawn, which was like in 1983 or 4,
the most
which is
violent
where
movie.
the Russians,
right.
literally a ground invasion of the
came to
United
Colorado.
States. And Patrick Swayze holds them off with a rifle
You
in
dang
Colorado.
right. A sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Charlie Sheen.
C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah, C. Thomas Howell. Leah
Thompson. The whole Brat Pack. Yes.
Leah Thompson.
You love Leah Thompson.
Of course.
A feral Leah Thompson. She was fierce
She
in that
was
movie.
mean in that movie. Oh, yeah. It was good.
And then that helicopter comes around the corner and lights everybody up against the rocks.
Booth shows up.
Powers Booth.
Powers Booth shows
What a
up.
name.
Well, yeah.
You guys want to have some fun?
Let's do it.
All right. It is a last man standing. And I saw this pop up from the NBA Central.
Wilt
and
Chamberlain.
They were... What? It's not Will Chamberlain. If that was your guess, you're out. The top-selling NBA jerseys from this past regular season.
Oh, okay.
So for
This is
this
good.
past season, who are the top NBA jerseys? And it's top 15. Top 15.
Top 15. I'm going rogue.
And
okay.
I'm going to start with Travis.
Going rogue.
Luka.
Yep, Luka's there. Number 1. Number DeMarco.
I'm going Rook. I'm having fun with this. You ready? Bronny.
Why are you doing that? You're out.
Oh, really?
I thought that was a good pick.
Me too.
I swear to God, I thought that was a good pick.
I thought he was selling jerseys like hotcakes.
Me too.
Not as high as these other 14
being
people.
serious. Yeah.
I was going to pick him.
Okay. See, Bronny. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're out. Okay, Jorge.
LeBron.
LeBron is on there, number 3. Travis.
Ant.
Anthony Edwards is on there, number 7. Jorge.
Wemby.
Wembanyama is on there. He's number 6. Travis.
I could be getting a little. No, I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to go with. No, I'm trying to think. Jason Tatum.
He is on the number 4.
Yeah.
Jorge.
Jokic.
Jokic is on there, number 10. Travis.
I'm trying to think of guys that did change teams, but I don't know if it's going to be that much of a game changer. Can I see a little Jimmy Butler?
Jorge wins. The top 15 off of this NBA Central, wherever they got it from. Who cares? 1, Luka. 2, Curry. We didn't get Curry. 3, LeBron. 4, Jason Tatum. 5, Jalen Brunson. We didn't get Jalen Brunson. Knicks.
Jalen Brunson's a great one. I never would have guessed
for him.
6, Wemby. 7, Ant. 8, Ja. 9, Shea. 10, Jokic. 11, Giannis. 12, LaMelo Ball. He's like always the most followed person on all the social media. Like people love the Ball brothers. 13, KD. 14, Booker. 15, Jalen Brown.
See, here's the Jalen Brown. Okay, so here's the thing, like with a Giannis, okay, or a Curry. Not that they're not great players. Not that they aren't first ballot Hall of Famers. Jokic, for instance, another one. If you wanted a Curry jersey, don't you have one already?
Well, some kids that are just coming up, they want their Currys.
Okay.
I think we do. We have probably 3 now.
Yeah, if I had one, I don't need a second. Like if I have Giannis, I got Giannis.
We have a Giannis jersey because that's pretty much all she knows.
Okay.
Like any of the famous people, that's the jerseys they want, the little kids.
I always overthink that game. It's just the stars.
But I thought Bronny was selling jerseys.
I did too.
Maybe it's just Laker jerseys.
Maybe.
Okay, not NBA jerseys.
I almost went AR. I'm like, no, not popular enough outside of California or outside of LA. It's the stars, and occasionally 1 or 2 outliers, but it's stars.
I want to buy a Luka. I can fit Luka because 77 actually works with my body type.
It would look right on you.
Yeah.
It would look right on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. 77 on, like if Wembanyama was 77, that would look bizarre.
Because he's so thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 77 would be bigger than the Wemby.
What number is Wemby?
1?
Is he 1?
I think he's 1.
Let me see.
Yeah. I think he's 1.
It's hard to miss.
Tune in to Sedano and Cap on the afternoon show, 3 to 6. They'll be broadcasting live from SeaWorld San Diego. Follow our socials and call in for a chance to win a family 4-pack and a night at the family-friendly Paradise Point Resort and Spa, just minutes from the park. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
He is number 1.
He's number 1.
Yeah. Kind of fits his body type.
Yeah, well, that's the only
shaped
thing.
Like a number 1.
You couldn't even put a 2. It gets too wide. You just got to go with the 1 right down the middle for sure. The Lakers are the 3 seed. They've got the Minnesota Timberwolves coming up on Saturday. Has it already been a smash success in 2025? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mason. There's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting pro and college games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at Metamucil.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
You know what? I get so pissed off. I like a good mojito. I am amazed at the number of times I order a mojito and it's totally half-assed. Like, do these guys even know how to muddle? It's like nobody wants to muddle the mint, and so they just throw a sprig of mint in. I want well-muddled mint in a mojito. What do I have to do to get that?
You have to exactly say the order that way. So this is my order if somebody says, what do you want to drink? I'll say, I'll have a whiskey sour with Maker's Mark in a rocks glass with ice.
Ooh, specific.
Because if I don't say that, they will bring me like a high glass with a little dainty garnish on it with no ice.
Yeah.
You need to say, muddle it.
Muddle!
And if the bartender's any good, he'll know.
Yeah, I want a good mint muddler.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hey, basketball fans, John Ireland here. Austin Reeves has been playing lights out, and now he's bringing that same energy to his brand new signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigorer. Designed for top performance and comfort, these kicks are for players who grind just like Austin. He was hands-on in crafting every detail, making sure the AR2s deliver on and off the court. So go to rigorer.com, RIGORER. Don't wait. Own a pair of Austin Reeves' shoes. That's rigorer.com.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
This is Katy Perry.
It is.
Okay.
And she survived her space travel. Don't worry, guys. They
was
made it
she
back.
on that rocket?
Yeah, it
Blue
was the
Origin?
Blue Origin, and it was Gayle King, Katy Perry.
Oh, they went already?
Yeah.
They're back.
Oh, they went up and came back already.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Wow.
She announced
What?
her set list for her tour in space. Like, there's nothing that Katy Perry can do that I don't roll my eyes so hard at. I'm like, all right, Katy, go on.
I'm a fan.
You like her because she's beautiful.
She is.
Well,
Plus,
she's talented.
and she's a Santa Barbara in.
Yeah.
She is no longer as talented as she used to be. She cannot make good music anymore.
Says you.
Thank you.
I don't think I could name 3 Katy Perry songs. I thought Kesha was
Roar,
Katy Perry.
Hot and Cold.
Firework.
Right?
There you go. See?
That's 3.
There's 3.
Okay, you
The
said 3.
2006 to 2010 was really good to Katy.
Was Left Shark a song or just a moment?
That's
That's
a
a
moment.
moment.
That's a moment. Yeah,
A
yeah.
moment at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I like that. She knocked that out of the park.
California Girls. That's another one. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with Snoop.
Was that
And
Snoop's
all
in that?
these are from 15 plus years ago. Just
That's
letting
not
you know.
the point. You said 3 or 4. We got 4 songs. See,
We're
overachieved.
They're all these. We're not going to let her ruin our
No,
Katy Perry
heck
fun.
no.
We're not going to do
Can't
that.
do that. Yes.
A reminder again, Sedano and Cap today, 3 to 6. They're live from SeaWorld San Diego. You can follow it on social. You can call in for your chance to win a family 4-pack and a night at the family-friendly Paradise Point Resort and Spa, just minutes from the park. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing. You can go see the show at SeaWorld.
I would love to. I still haven't taken the little one.
To SeaWorld?
To SeaWorld.
Yeah.
That's a rite of passage. We
It
must
is.
go.
It
Yes,
is.
we will go.
Bergman posted on his own Instagram stories a video of him feeding a beluga.
Oh,
Really?
my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, he was very giddy.
I'm not a
That's
marine
the white
biologist.
one, isn't it?
Belugas are pretty big, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the white one with the
Yes,
humps?
white
Yeah.
one. And he was on the side, and he gave him a little, or her
Nice.
a little food.
There you go.
No.
No, not doing that. You wouldn't do that?
No.
Come on.
I don't mess with animals, DeMarco.
Just throw it to him then.
I would throw it
There
to
you
him.
go.
Sure. If you said to me, just throw it over the wall into the tank, I would do that.
Right.
But I'm not getting near an animal that's a lot bigger than
Haven't
me.
you ever fed a horse?
Okay. I'm already the guy that doesn't.
Were you about to say I hate horses?
Yes.
Why do you hate horses?
They're beautiful. They're big. I like to go to the track. I like to do that. That's fun. Horses are enormous.
They're huge. They're big.
They're huge, and they kick and they bite.
Well, stay to the front side.
I understand that. Or just don't get anywhere near it.
Well, I mean, take your kids back there. Feed the horse an apple.
They can get nice and old and go see the horses themselves.
All right.
I don't mess with animals.
I've had a giraffe before.
Don't giraffes have those really long tongues?
They have a long tongue, yeah. And it's like, it has like, it feels like sandpaper.
It touched you?
The tongue? Yeah, it has to because.
Oh, really?
You're feeding it with a hand.
What did you feed a giraffe?
They gave us
They
lettuce.
give us treats,
yeah,
right?
They gave us lettuce at this.
They like leafy
at the
stuff.
zoo.
Leafy stuff? Okay.
Yeah, so
I've seen those things fight.
Yeah.
Have you seen a giraffe fight? Oh, my
No.
God. They swing their heads around. Like it looks like mace, like a mace club.
Really?
They swing their heads. That's how they fight.
How does one giraffe defeat the others? Do they
Same
knock
as
them out?
boxing.
Really?
I
Knock 'em
hit
to
you
the
with my head,
ground.
knock you out.
Really?
It's really violent. Yeah.
Okay, and they just do this in nature?
When the males, what do you call it? Where
They're
when it's in
vying
season
for the female's
correct,
attention?
and they start swinging their heads around.
That.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't want to be near, but like I'd like to
Look
see
up
that.
giraffes fighting. You won't believe it. Yeah.
I'm
Giraffes are also very quick as well.
They can run.
evade their predators.
Yeah.
Giraffe, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They can run. No, I've
That's
seen
from a
them run.
commercial.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I want to read something to you. The ESPN.com has a rundown of all, 20 teams that are in the playoff picture at this point, the 10 teams that are in from both sides. And they kind of have a paragraph or two on each team. This is the paragraph from the Lakers. This is how it opens, okay? Luka Doncic is a Los Angeles Laker, period. No matter what happens this postseason, the 2024-2025 campaign will be remembered as a smashing success for the franchise.
Interesting.
Period. Do you agree with that?
Yes and no. It is a smashing success because Luka is a Laker, and that's not going to change for at least 10 years.
Probably.
That's you won right there, period,
Okay.
without winning. Smashing success for me would at least include one playoff series victory. You have to get into the postseason. You got the 3 seed. That's great. Luka helped you with that.
I want to read the sentence again.
Okay, go ahead.
No matter what happens this postseason, the 2024-2025 campaign will be remembered as a smashing success for the franchise.
Okay, then I disagree.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Because are they set up for the future? Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Did they acquire a player that is going to be the tip of the spear for them for the foreseeable future?
Yes, you did.
Absolutely, they did.
Yes.
If the Lakers lose in the opening round of the playoffs, which, by the way, not inconceivable, it's not a smashing success. It is mildly disappointing. It's not a catastrophe because
No.
you're not.
If they get swept, that would be bad.
That would be different.
That would be
if
horrible.
they got swept or they
Yeah.
lost in 5 games and the 4 games they lost were non-competitive games, then it would feel different. Now, the reason it's not a catastrophe is because let's say they lose in 6 games, right? They just lose to a team that plays better than them.
And Ant Edwards has the
Right.
series of his life.
So
yeah.
fast forward 2 months from there, do you feel pretty good about the Lakers? Yes. But they're put themselves in a position. They're the 3rd seed. They won 50 games. They got 2 mega stars, a 3rd really good player, a highly competent coach, and some role players that have been through stuff like this before. That team cannot go out in the first round. Just when you put it like that, right? I think you're exactly right. This feels like win an opening round series against Minnesota, and whatever else happens after that is, hey, that was a pretty good season. Lose in the first round after everything they've been through, it would leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Lose to the Timberwolves in the first round. Losing to the Warriors in the first round stings a little bit less. That's the Warriors. They have a pedigree. Losing to the Timberwolves, that would be almost disaster, no matter how you slice it, even with Luka.
Even in 7 games?
If it goes 7 and he hits the game-winning shot to send you home, it would sting a little bit less, but it would still suck if you're out in the first round.
Yeah,
because this team has potential, championship potential. If you win one series, you have a chance to win it all.
Does
that make sense?
The draw is. We'll see what happens with Golden State. Golden State needs to beat Memphis to become the 7 seed.
Right.
Then they need to go play Houston as the 2 seed. So the Lakers could end up playing them in the second round if things break a certain way.
That would be great.
I would like to see it, but I don't want to see it.
Yeah, you do. You're an 80s, 90s fan. I want to see those teams play each other.
I want the Lakers to win the title before I want to see a great series that they could very easily lose.
Can I get both? I want to see the Lakers win a title. I want to see great basketball because Basketball has been kicked around all year.
If they had to play,
and they had a great finish, and I hope the playoffs are even better.
You would choose a second-round matchup against Golden State as opposed to Houston.
Against the toughest opponent out there for you, and that would be Golden State. That would be great. It would be box office.
Okay.
It'd be something that you won't forget, kind of like Rory. You won't forget those moments.
It would be exciting. I'm not arguing the excitement part of it. I'm arguing I think they'd have a better chance of beating the Rockets part of it.
Oh, fair.
And that puts them a step closer to winning a title. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a more entertaining series, but as a Laker fan, I want the Lakers to keep winning series.
Me too.
And I think
want
they
them
got
to
a
be
better
champions.
chance of beating the Rockets than they do the Warriors.
But I do want to be entertained in the process. I really do. I want the Lakers to win. I don't.
Okay,
easy road, hard road, whatever.
I'll give you
I want to
this.
be entertained in the process.
You'd rather them go and have 7 knockdown, drag out, buzzer beater, and they're out than go kick the Rockets' ass 4 times.
That's really hard because maybe.
Really?
I might.
Wow.
Because that series would be. What are they saying now? It would be cinema. It would be epic. It would be great.
Every game comes down to the last minute. Somebody makes a bucket at the end, but they're out.
It would be
or
awesome.
Or they beat the Rockets by 16 points 4 games in a row.
I'm with you.
And
that would be fun.
And they're into the Western Conference, and they got a shot to beat OKC, or maybe even the Clippers on the other side of the draw.
Watching a movie and fast-forwarding through some of the parts just to get to the end. I love the drama. I love it. I would love the fact that you're living and dying against the Warriors. I would love it if you're living and dying against the Timberwolves. To be entertained. I want you to win in 5.
I think that's the order of operations. That's what I want. I want the win first, and I think that the Houston one would be. It's not like Houston.
It would have its own drama.
I just feel like they're not quite. The Warriors are terrifying.
They are.
And in the order, OKC number 1.
Yep. Actually,
are the Clippers number 2?
They might be now because you're sleeping on them. People are sleeping on the Clippers.
The Clippers might be second, and then I think you take the Warriors, Minnesota, and kind of throw them together. They're both an equally tough out, but probably Golden State slightly more challenging than them because of the experience. But
yes,
they could get the Clippers in a Western Conference final.
Want the Warriors? That's purely personal. Do not want the Clippers at all.
Yeah.
If you could avoid the Clippers all the way through, I'd be so happy.
Well, they would not play the Clippers until the conference final if they're going to play them.
Please don't say that.
Which would be.
Don't put that in the universe.
So like you were saying about the Warriors.
But it's also been 6 years since Kawhi has been healthy throughout a postseason.
I wouldn't want to face the beard.
Now is
he's healthy now.
Is the key word.
Right? He's healthy now, and he looks pretty good. And Zubats has been fantastic. And Harden has been fantastic.
Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Yeah, they're good. They're good. And they've been in the rear view for a while, and now they're at your front door.
What you said about the Warriors is kind of where if you get them in the conference finals against the Lakers, now it's like I'm feet back, popcorn.
You'd be happy.
I would be happy and nauseous simultaneously.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Don't even say it. You get to the Western Conference finals against the Clippers, and they send the Lakers home.
The pressure on the Lakers to win that series would be enormous.
On LeBron.
Would be on all of them.
On everybody.
On every last. I don't know who the 12th guy, Bronny, right?
Yeah.
Like, the pressure does not land on one more than it's all of them. Because they've never played in the postseason.
So if they did and they won and they beat the Lakers, you wouldn't root for the Clippers in the finals?
Would I root for the Sacramento Kings?
Against the Celtics, you wouldn't root for the Clippers.
No. I wouldn't root for anybody.
That's so wild.
You would root for the Clippers?
I would root against Boston, which means I would be rooting for the Clippers.
The second my team's out, it turns into an obligation that I would be hoping for exciting games. So it's entertaining, but I don't care who wins. It's all the same. I dislike them both.
I can't. Once my team is knocked out, I'm rooting for the conference. Then
really?
Yes. That's all. That's Pac-10. Same thing. Pac-12. Once my team is out, I'm rooting for the conference.
Oddly, in college sports, I feel the same way that you do. In pro sports.
Do you root for like the NFC?
I always root for the NFC.
Do you really?
Once my team is knocked out, I'm on the NFC side.
Okay.
Yeah. Always.
That's a trip.
Niners.
See, right. If the Niners were in and we got knocked out, I'd be rooting for the NFC.
So you rooted for the Niners, and that Niners-Chiefs Super
I'd be
Bowl.
rooting for the NFC, not the Niners. Right.
Look, I think every series should be 2 games with aggregate.
Well, I didn't know. I was a little confused when Rory McIlroy and Justin Rose decided to play an extra hole as opposed to just say, well, who made more birdies on the odd-numbered holes, and we'll just give you the championship.
Wow.
Or we could just play another hole, which is what
keep
they
going.
did.
That was
which is
awesome.
what they did. It was a great,
awesome.
great moment. Let's talk a little bit about Rory's Grand Slam and golf did the thing it rarely does. It became a sports event. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Let's talk about my pals at NextGen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans, because spring is here. It's beautiful the last couple of days, and it's time to clean out the dust and allergens from inside your home and the air that you breathe. And that's why NextGen is here to help you breathe a little bit easier. They're offering a $100 select indoor air quality products for ESPN LA listeners to help reduce the allergens, the dust, and the pollutants inside your home. You can upgrade your air, protect your family's health, and enjoy cleaner, fresher air all season long. It's open 7 days a week at NextGen. There are lifetime warranty options available, financing options available, and of course, that NextGen 5-star service. So do not wait. Call them right now. 833-3NEXTGEN. That's 833-3NEXGEN to claim your $100 off select indoor air quality products. That's 833-3NEXTGEN or nextgenairandplumbing.com.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Travis, at the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
She has hits. She has hits 15 years ago.
Don't disrespect the astronaut Katy Perry.
There are all these goodies.
That's right.
Melt my popsicle. I
There's
like
this
that.
one video of her talking about the science she learned behind the. I'm just like, Katie, stop.
Stop it.
I don't need scientist Katy Perry. That feels.
Just sing. I like it.
Just sing. Go to space. Do American Idol.
Her
We're good.
ex-husband went off the deep end, didn't he?
Who's her
Russell
ex-husband?
Brand.
Yeah.
Do I know who that is?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Get
He
him to
was
the
in
Greek guy?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he did a lot of absolutely despicable things and was found guilty of them. So.
I just remember that Katy Perry documentary with the day they broke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's about to go on stage, and he calls her and tells her they're getting divorced, and she has to basically buck up, and get her makeup on and go on stage to perform.
I mean,
for
she's
crowd of
getting ready to
people.
go out on stage.
That's bad
We're
timing.
breaking right, and she did. Sucked it up and went out there and did it.
He's been a horrible person then. He's a horrible person now.
Terrible.
Horrible person in the future.
Never.
That's why the shark one left.
Huh?
That's why the shark didn't.
Is that why?
So you have ruined my algorithm. Now I'm going to
Oh.
have nothing but giraffe fights in my algorithm.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
Tell me you couldn't watch that all day.
Well, so my algorithm has, we've talked about it. It's got baseball cards, it's got food, it's got golf, and for whatever reasons, a lot of snake stuff. I told you because I got a buddy that's terrified. So snakes led to other, like, you've probably seen the Rams butting each other, right?
Love it.
And so that leads to all sorts of other, like, nature is metal, crazy stuff. I've never seen a giraffe fight in my life.
Man. Well, put it up. It'll come up a bunch now.
That is,
Yeah.
I'm mesmerized by it. That, like, those guys, they're throwing haymakers with their necks.
With their head and brain.
How do you throw a neck haymaker?
I don't know. And they go at it and go at it and go at it till one of them stops or drops. It's crazy.
Pretty wild. Pretty
Nuts.
wild. I had a pretty good Masters spread yesterday.
Yeah.
I made a little Masters themed food.
You said you made the...
I made the pimento cheese
sandwiches. Okay.
Don't think I ever need to do it again.
Okay.
But also not bad.
How do you make the pimento filling?
So it's a brick of cream cheese.
Yeah.
A couple of cups of cheddar cheese, a little bit of mayonnaise, salt and pepper, and the pimentos.
Stir it up.
You mix it up, and it makes like a spread.
Cream cheese, cheddar cheese, pimento,
and
mayonnaise.
Yeah, and a little
mix it up.
jalapeno.
Okay, mix it up in there. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
It was.
I could eat that.
It was good,
Yeah.
except for it's like you're eating a big brick of cheese.
Right.
On Wonder Bread. I had to buy Wonder Bread at the grocery store. It was
Yeah.
embarrassing.
No way.
Yeah. And like Susan's like, you're going to buy that? I'm like, just let me do my thing. Let me do my
I haven't
thing.
bought Wonder in forever.
I hadn't either.
Yeah, man.
It's exactly
Oh, my
as you
goodness.
remember.
It's Wonder Bread.
It tastes like nothing.
You have some left over, bring some in.
Like
Yeah.
air.
Oh, I should. Yeah.
it's like
I
air.
do. I have a lot left over. I'll bring you.
I was going to say, how much did you make?
more than I needed.
Okay. Okay. All right.
More than I needed, and I still have half of a loaf of Wonder
Are
Bread.
you going to eat it? Anybody?
Yeah, if you bring it in.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
give it a shot. Yeah. Okay.
I also made the azalea cocktail.
Okay. What's in that?
So you can use the spirit of your choice.
Okay.
So you can make it with vodka, gin, or tequila.
All right.
And I was making them with tequila.
Tequila, yeah.
Okay. Tequila, a little lemonade, a squeeze of fresh lime,
Ooh.
and a little bit of grenadine.
Ooh. That
Clear
sounds
ice?
so
Would you use
refreshing.
clear ice?
I had clear ice all day long. Little sprig of mint.
Yeah. Clear ice all day.
Oh,
From your ice maker thing?
Yeah, baby.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah,
That's
baby.
why you bought it.
It
Okay.
was. They're really good.
That sounds really
It
good.
tastes a little bit like a Kool-Aid or a fruit punch kind of situation.
Yeah. Hit you immediately or just
They're-
kind of slow burn?
Well, it depends on how fast you're drinking them and how strong you make. I was very disciplined. I actually measured the shots because if you're just if you're freestyling those, I've been on the floor. They were very measured, but quite good.
I like to stand on the first drink so I know where I'm at. Yeah, don't slow roll me. Just
I
hit me in the head,
Yeah.
giraffe style with the first drink. Yeah.
Giraffe fights.
Giraffe,
How
yes.
am I 53 years old, never seen a giraffe fight?
You're going to be watching these things all night. Trust me.
I'm mesmerized.
They're great, and they get more violent as we go.
It is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to the Timberwolves locking in the 6th seed to face the Lakers in the first round. They don't play till Saturday. I'm ready to get that going. We got to go through the play-in and all that. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor, only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it, and please enjoy responsibly. I think you're right. The rest that comes along with it is
for an older, lumbering team like the Lakers, rest is important, which is why you may not see the Warriors.
Old. LeBron's
one guy
old,
is.
but the rest of them really aren't.
When I say old, I mean him.
Yeah.
To get the rest. And Luka getting rest, I think, counts as LeBron. Because you're a young dude, but you're an old guy. The way you play.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'll
rest
buy
is
that.
good. You may not see Golden State again.
Maybe not.
Because they got to play on Tuesday. And they went to the wire with
the Clips.
With the Clips.
They have never won a play-in game.
Yeah.
They're 0-3 in play-in games.
That this whole run with them could end in the play-in.
0-3 in the it could.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. When you got a one and done situation, you never say never.
Right.
Memphis is hemorrhaging. They're a mess right now, and the Clippers aren't. They lost some games, but Clippers are fundamentally, I think, a pretty good team. I'd be really surprised if they didn't get that 7th seed.
Me
and,
too.
And they get to play
Me
Houston,
too.
which, by the way, I think feels like a halfway decent pull for them. Other than now, see, they are old. Steph is old. Draymond's old. Jimmy Butler isn't old, but he's not young.
He's not young.
Yeah.
He's been around.
So the meat of that team is a little bit older than the Lakers.
It would suck if that run for the Warriors, and it may not be over for them. We'll see what happens in the summer, but it would suck if that ended in the play-in.
Let's try a phone call here. Let's go to PV, your neck of the woods, DeMarco.
Hey.
Chris in PV. What's up, Chris?
Hey, fellas, thank you for taking my call. My main point was, the Clippers are getting a lot of talk right now, but the Lakers are a well-run organization, way better than the Clippers. James Harden implodes in the playoffs. He doesn't do well. Kawhi Leonard should probably be basically forced to retire from the NBA because he cannot stay healthy. He won't stay healthy. And just one more thing, shout out my boy Evlon in Long Beach. Thank you very much for taking my call. Appreciate it.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Who's the shout out to?
I don't know.
Oh.
To me. I want to talk about the three things that he mentioned right there. That the Clippers are a poorly run organization. That's just wrong. They used to be. They're not anymore.
They're better now.
They're one of the better run teams in the league, right? That they've got an owner that spends money. They got a first class operation. They got a real coach. They got a real.
Their home arena is outstanding.
To think that they're not a well run team, I forget the caller's name, Chris, I believe it was. That's wrong.
For a team that's not a threat to you, there's so much Clipper hate.
That's what I mean.
It shocks the hell out of me.
That's what I don't like. That's just not right.
They're not even.
It used to be true when
Right.
Donald Sterling was there. They were a joke, but they're not a joke anymore.
To be a Laker fan does not mean you have to hate the Clippers.
No, it doesn't.
You can
But
ignore them.
That's kind of where I land.
okay.
Is the indifference part of it. I want to go through the next thing he said. James Harden will choke in the playoffs. He might. That I think
He
is
has
a fair.
been hot the second half.
He sure has.
He has been hot.
And
Yeah.
James, you know who he reminds me a little bit of?
Who?
Rory McIlroy. In that, yes, has he blown it a bunch of times? Absolutely. But would you be shocked if he got it done? No.
But I don't think the world's going to be rooting for James Harden.
Not
they
like
were.
that. But
Right.
I'm just saying a guy that has all the talent in the world that for some reason, gets small in big moments. And that was McIlroy. And it's been Harden, but Harden could come through. And he's saying, well, Kawhi Leonard, dude, have you watched Kawhi Leonard lately?
Yeah, he looks like Kawhi Leonard again.
For the last 15 games, they're the number one ranked offense in the NBA. They're the number one ranked defense in the NBA. And a lot of the reason of that is because of Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
He's been terrific.
He's modern game's perfect player, a big dude that can shoot the three, that can handle it from anywhere. Yeah.
Not scared.
Not at all.
Very experienced and is 1,000% comfortable. Like, if Harden is the guy that maybe doesn't want to take the last shot, Kawhi will do it.
Man, I wonder what this league would have been like if he didn't get hurt all the time.
Kawhi,
where would he
the
rank?
Clippers be like?
That's what I'm saying. Where would he rank, and where would they rank if he didn't get hurt all the time? Because he's got the talent.
Do me a favor. I think this is Kawhi Leonard's 5th year with the Clippers. He has not really been healthy at all until now. And look, I'm not. Chris may be right. All of a sudden, if we got to game 1 of the playoffs and Kawhi Leonard was out with a knee, you wouldn't knock me over with a feather.
No.
It would be, okay, that's what it is. But if Kawhi Leonard is playing, and by the way, let's say this goes back to the other thing. If the Clippers, as he said, are a poorly run organization, no, they're not. Think about what we talked about during the offseason. When they let Paul George leave and they kept Kawhi Leonard, we're like, dude,
everyone said they made the wrong choice.
On both.
Yeah.
And they got them both right.
You're keeping the wrong guy. Yep.
Kawhi's played in 5 seasons. He had 1 season where he did not play it at all.
Yep.
So he's been here in LA for 6 years.
Okay.
5 seasons he has played, and this season he's played in 37 games.
That's not even half the year.
Jeez.
But most of them have been recently. And he's been really good. And he's got teammates like that. That is a real team. Like everything we talk about with the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Do they have stars? Yes. Do they have very, very useful role players? Okay, who's their AR? It's Zubats. Zubats has been terrific for them.
Great defensive player, yeah.
And by the way, he averages 18 points a game.
Oh,
He's a good offensive player, too.
Gave it to Steph at the end.
Do they have a good coach? Absolutely.
Yes, they do.
Do they have role players that can step up? Do they have depth?
Yes, they do.
Absolutely.
They are a scary out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Laker fans are worried about seeing the Clippers.
That's what it sounds like to me. Because if you're just a basketball fan and you look at the Clippers, that's a good team. That's a scary team.
Have you looked at Kawhi's resume? 2-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP.
Yep.
The guy is dynamic and he's healthy now. So you should respect the Clippers. You don't have to like them. You should respect them going forward.
And his run in 2019 was absolutely incredible. He took over that series. I do know that in the NBA championship series, the Warriors were depleted. They had nobody. So it's less of that series. It's more of every series leading up to that. He got them there. He was so clutch. He hit that amazing shot against the Sixers. He was the reason why the Toronto Raptors won a championship.
6-time All-Star. Do you know he was in the All-Star game last year?
Was he really?
He made the All-Star team last year.
That's why, look, making an All-Star team is a very impressive accomplishment. It really, truly is.
Yeah.
But that's why All-Star teams are also like, come on, bro.
It's kind of like the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was there last year and we still sleep on the guy. And he's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Sleep on him in this. It's just that he's
always hurt.
So inconsistent with his health.
He's always hurt.
He's only gotten to plus 60 games only once as a Clipper, and that was in last season. He had to 68 games. So he does not play.
No one wants to play them right now.
No,
nobody.
I wouldn't. No, especially the way they're playing right now with all this confidence. Harden, what's his playoffs look? His playoff numbers.
He's had a mixed bag. He's had some colossal no-shows in very big moments.
I just remember Meta World Peace knocking him out with an elbow.
He's had a lot of where the heck did James Harden go moments.
How many times do you think he's been an All-Star?
Harden? 10?
11.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You might be right about the Rory thing. Like, the guy is too good not to be a champion. This could be his year.
But just like Rory, he chokes a lot.
Big time.
And it's one of those, until you don't choke, I'm going to kind of assume that you're going to choke again, but he's an incredibly talented player. Let's just put it this way. I'd like to see somebody knock them out. I'd almost rather play anybody other than OKC than them. That is a bad
funny.
draw.
You don't
do
have
need
to
see
hate
that.
the Clippers, Laker fans. Just respect them.
Hot and Cold coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's DFAR. You can win and move into a brand new house. Think about that. A brand new house will just give you the keys. Courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino, going on now through May 30. Pechanga Club members can earn entries into their Home Suite Win promotion by playing their favorite slot machines or table games with a club card. In addition to the home giveaway, Pechanga is giving $50,000 to Habitat for Humanity of Greater LA, that's Habitat LA, to aid in the rebuilding efforts following January's devastating wildfires. Entries now live, ending at 9:30 p.m. on May 30. Play your perfect combo at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Visit the Home Suite Win webpage at pechanga.com home giveaway for more details.
9 days ago in Los Angeles, the Kings beat the Oilers 3-0 to distance themselves from Edmonton in the Pacific Division standings.
Fiala down the middle, feeds right wing, in comes LaFerriere, right circle, shoots, save, rebound, they score!
Now, the Kings have come to Oil Country with a chance to clinch home ice for an upcoming first-round series against the Oilers. Don't miss it. Listen live at 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Hey, basketball fans. John Ireland here. You've seen Austin Reeves rise to the occasion, and now he's bringing that same drive to his latest signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigorer. Built for speed, support, and all-day comfort, these kicks are made for players who never back down. Austin was involved in every step, making sure the AR2s match his game. Tough, versatile, and ready for anything. Go to Rigorer.com, R-I-G-O-R-E-R, and get your pair today. Rigorer.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. AvnerGatt.com.
NextGen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. NextGen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call NextGen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGen.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-452-6262. That's 800-452-6262. Again, that's 800-452-6262.
As you know, we've welcomed the new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Thanks, Chris. I hope you're safe in the earthquake. I also saw that interesting picture you posted on your Instagram, Chris.
With Shamu.
I don't need it.
Which he posted a picture with Shamu?
He posted a picture in bed.
Oh.
With his bed hair and everything and a whale. We don't need it, Chris.
Yeah, I'm good.
What did he post it on?
Instagram.
Instagram? Oh my God. Okay,
Yeah.
let me see this.
No thanks. I got two things that are hot. One is 1991. It's hot because the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Kings are top 4 seeds of their conference and will host Game 1 playoff games in the same building in the same season for the first time since 1991.
It's 24 years?
That they've both been the home, they've been the favorite.
Yeah.
They're
They've been
hosting
the
the
higher
first
seed.
Yes. Yeah, so
that's bizarre
It's
because
crazy.
they've both been really good at times in the last 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Kings have won the cup twice. Lakers have won the NBA title.
It's 34 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy. Well, hopefully they both have long runs in the postseason. Let's go Kings and let's go
Let
Lakers.
me ask you a quick.
I'm looking at the Chris picture right now.
Yeah, how you feeling about it?
I can't unsee this.
Let me see.
You can't unsee that.
No, I'm good on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I don't need to see that.
Go
ever
hang
again.
out with the crew at SeaWorld and you can see more of that.
I got a question for you.
Oh, my God.
It's a
Yeah.
quasi-hockey question.
Go
You
ahead.
ready?
Uh-huh.
The LA Kings are going to play the Edmonton Oilers for the 4th consecutive year in the first round of the playoffs.
Really?
4th consecutive year. The Oilers have beat them the 3 previous years.
Yeah, that sounds very hockey.
Are you excited to see them again? Or are you like, seriously? Like,
Well, you know me.
You could avenge the loss.
You know me. If you beat me in a fight, we're going to have to fight every day until I win. So, yes, I am very, very happy to see them again.
Yeah,
one
I'd be
more
like,
time.
but can we get them in the second round? Just
No.
change the energy or something?
Then fake and let me win so we can end this.
4 years in a row, they've beat them the previous 3.
Can't happen.
That's weird.
Can't
man.
happen 4 years in a row. Can't not happen.
We're going to find out.
It
Right.
actually, it very much could.
We're going to find out.
Cannot happen.
But it won't because go Kings.
Yeah.
What else is hot was Isaiah Thomas on, I believe this is the NBA channel's pregame show.
Yes. Okay.
Not sure. But he was talking, they were playing B-roll of LeBron James warming up, and he was warming up and he was shirtless and he had a do-rag on. And this is Isaiah Thomas's reaction to that.
I just totally 100% object to this. And if I was the GM or coach,
Me too.
I would never let one of my players walk out on the floor looking like this. I mean, we are a professional NBA league. We ain't summer league. We ain't at the YMCA.
Listen, I think coaches got to go back to suits.
Absolutely.
I just mean.
Absolutely. I just think
College and pro.
I just think the professionalism in our NBA league has diminished so much, and And I look, I like LeBron. I'm a fan of his, so forth and so on. But to walk out on the floor before a game with no shirt on and shoot, I mean, come on, man. Where we at? What we doing?
What do you make of that?
That sounds like my mom. When they recount what you just did, like you actually went out there and wore that for a shoot around. Yeah, that's funny. I kind of agree with him. Why would LeBron do that? No shirt and a do-rag?
Yeah.
Did you not think people were going to see you?
Can I ask a question? I haven't seen the video. Was it like in pregame or was it like way before when they just barely opened the arena?
No one wears in the stands. It's one of those things. It's not like right before tip-off. It's way before.
Like he's getting a sweat on.
But that's attire that no one is supposed to see.
If I looked like LeBron, I would never wear a shirt. Let's go.
If this was just he's out there getting some shots up, break a sweat, he'd start his day.
That's a bad look by LeBron.
I understand what Isaiah's saying, but it doesn't really bother me all that much.
But that's not very professional. That does look like somebody from the Y.
Who is it not being professional towards? I guess
as a
is my
professional
question.
athlete, that's a bad look.
Just for your teammates?
Yeah, for the league.
But nobody's seeing it. It just there happened to be a television camera in there. Like this is not.
It went out. I don't know how it went out, but I mean, clearly, if he's out there doing it and there's cameras, there's a chance that goes out.
Offensive linemen go to Buffalo and they take off their shirt and they walk around in pregame every year. They're like, I'm just bracing for the cold. I don't have a shirt on. I'm a manly man and I don't have the cold. What's the difference?
Well, I don't see a ton walking without shirts on.
It's every
maybe not a ton, but it's happening.
It's every season.
It happens sometimes. I mean, they do, but I mean,
like had he come out for the arena's full pregame more, clearly you can't do that. But if him just bring, I understand.
It doesn't
Isaiah's
look
point.
very professional.
I get it, but if I'm in my backyard getting shots up, do I need to be dressed? I mean, it's kind of the environment. What it is, he's just trying to break a sweat. I get the point that you're in the arena.
You would rather him not do that.
That's kind of where I am.
But you can't tell him he's wrong for doing it too because he's just shooting around. I get it.
Yeah.
But for the optics, that's a bad look. That's not the way you want to present the NBA.
I understand it. It doesn't offend me
in
any meaningful way.
Like I said, why not just come out with the shower cap too? Then?
But if he did it in the the pregame,
yeah.
Like he could come out there in flip flops and
just
a
some
jock
things
strap
we should
and
not do, and that would be one of them. But who's going to tell him he's wrong?
Yeah, well,
you think he's listening to Isaiah Thomas?
The list of people that could tell him things is short,
and it ain't Isaiah Thomas.
No.
Yeah, that's this.
Yeah.
That's that.
Yeah.
He's not going to listen to you.
No,
I don't think there's anybody that
sure.
could tell him anything.
Magic could.
You think?
I'd at least think he'd listen. Whether he'd agree or not, I don't know. But Magic is as rich as he is. Magic is as powerful as he is. Magic is as pedigreed as he is. Magic plays in the same city that he's playing in.
That would make sense. That's peer-to-peer.
And if Magic said, hey, listen, man, I just feel like I got to tell you this.
Right.
He might listen.
It's like, hey, sometimes, hey, bro, look, you might want to just tighten that up a little bit.
Just telling you, this
just
is what you're shooting out to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was super public. I think it was because sometimes they'll show like BP cams in baseball stadiums. There's nobody there. They're just taking BP, and guys got cut off sleeves. It's like this isn't public stuff. It's private stuff.
So I would just say this, and there's probably nothing really you can say that's wrong about what LeBron did. But just remember, that is LeBron James. So you'll see everyone else doing it now.
You're not wrong about that.
And that's probably the problem.
Apparently, too, I got this from a source on Twitter, so I could be wrong, but that the Kings could still fall out of home ice, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Not today, though.
Not today. And if it ends and they both have it, that would be amazing. 34 years. So
they
there's
can't
that.
beat us 4 years in a row.
What's cold is Real ID. It's happening, people. It's really
been
happening.
saying this for like 10 years.
I've been putting it off for a while, but it's real now.
California DMV is opening some offices an hour early this spring to help people who have not yet obtained the Real ID for the May deadline. It's on May 7th, which is very, very soon. People boarding domestic flights or entering secured federal facilities such as courthouses must have a Real ID or passport or another federally approved document. So
I just carry my passport. Yeah.
Just go get your
Dude,
ID.
I can't stand going to DMV. I hate it.
It's awful.
Yes.
Well, when does the last time you renewed your license?
I do it online. The last few have been online renewals. You don't have to go in.
But for the Real ID, you can't do it online.
I know.
You could do the application.
You got to go there.
I just
you
got
have
mine.
to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just bring my passport.
I'll bring the passport.
3.5 hours in there.
It's.
You didn't bring your passport with you to Cleveland?
I hear
everywhere.
Rather than wait in the DMV for what feels like months, yeah, I'll take the double. Put it in my
Papers,
pocket.
please.
It's a pretty good Russian accent. I like that. The Dump's coming up next. Hot and Cold is brought to you by NextGen, the official AC heat plumbing and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3NEXGEN or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Little Dump coming up next.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Ready to drive home in a brand new ride? The 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC is yours with an amazing 2.99% APR for 36 months. That's right, lock in super low financing at just 2.99%. Plus, drive with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and Hyundai's Assurance Program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or online at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com to find your perfect Santa Fe today. On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 36 payments of $29.08 per $1,000 financed. Offer expires 4/30/2025.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
9 days ago in Los Angeles, the Kings beat the Oilers 3-0 to distance themselves from Edmonton in the Pacific Division standings.
Now Fiala down the middle, feeds right wing, in comes LaFerriere, right circle, shoots, save, rebound, they score!
Now the Kings have come to Oil Country with a chance to clinch home ice for an upcoming first-round series against the Oilers. Don't miss it. Listen live at 7 p.m. Pacific right here on the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
You know what? I get so pissed off. I like a good mojito. I am amazed at the number of times I order a mojito and it's totally half-assed. Like, do these guys even know how to muddle? It's like nobody wants to muddle the mint, and so they just throw a sprig of mint in. I want well-muddled mint in a mojito. What do I have to do to get that?
You have to exactly say the order that way. So this is my order if somebody says, what do you want to drink? I'll say, I'll have a whiskey sour with Maker's Mark in a rocks glass with ice.
Ooh, specific.
Because if I don't say that, they will bring me like a high glass with a little dainty garnish on it with no ice.
Yeah.
You need to say, muddle it.
Muddle!
And if the bartender's any good, he'll know.
Yeah, I want a good mint muddler.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
I want to start with this because...
What? Giraffes fighting?
We can spend the rest of the show on giraffes fighting. I watched it 3 more times. It's unreal.
Put a helmet on them. Come on.
I thought they might like kind of butt each other like rams or sheep.
Nah, they're swinging that thing.
As someone who's not a practicing zoologist.
Yeah.
I didn't know that neck bent like that.
Yeah,
like it's like a whip. Like I thought it might like kind of go down to eat some plants or drink some water, but I didn't know they could throw it like a George Foreman uppercut.
If you could, would you put a giraffe on offense or defense? Probably
defense.
Defense, because they can't catch. They can knock stuff down, but they can't catch.
Yeah, they could use that head to
Swing
bat
around.
stuff out of the way.
There you go, right.
Yeah, they got those. I feel like their legs, I don't know. Their legs are probably like 9 feet long, but they feel little because the neck is so
Put them
long.
at defensive end. Just swing that thing around, knock the QB down. There you
This
go.
is the one that I can't get over. Chris Paul played 82 NBA games this year.
Unreal.
He played in every single game.
Why do people hate him so much?
Because he's dirty.
Is he dirty?
Yeah.
Same as John Stockton dirty? Like to the letter of the
Dirty,
law?
or John Stockton's dirty too.
To the letter of the law.
But Chris Paul punched a guy in the junk in college. Would
Okay.
pick fights and then hope that they didn't escalate. He would start stuff. He's not a.
He's an instigator.
He's not a warm fuzzy kind of guy.
No, I never hated his game. I was always a big fan of his game.
His game's kind of tough to argue with. He's a Hall of Fame, one of the great point guards of his generation. He's old, man. He played 82 games. That's
dope.
remarkable.
That's pretty cool. Steph's still playing. LeBron's still playing. You can play this game at an advanced age, but all 82 is remarkable.
Nobody does that.
No, I guess that's kind of a shut up to the old heads.
I
With,
didn't
and
look
load
at,
management.
Well, it's not like he's playing 40 minutes a night. He's playing
He's the first person to do that at 20 plus years in the league.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or it's a shut up to the young guys.
I think
if
it could
I
be
can
that.
do it,
I think
you
it could
can
be
do
more
it.
that because the ask of him is different than the ask of, say, Steph Curry or LeBron James or some of those older players. He's asked to do less at this point in his career, but it's still an incredible accomplishment.
What do you think his next thing is going to be? Coach?
No, he's too rich.
How much did he make?
He must made $400 million.
Oh, yeah,
in
he's
his
not
career.
coaching. He's not coaching.
A coach that's a hard job.
Yeah.
And there's travel and it's brutal.
I'm sure Reddick made some money. Kerr made some money, but not $400
Not
million.
$400 million.
Right. GM or lead the union?
That maybe be a union leader.
Union rep, yeah.
I think he could own a team. And maybe not outright. I don't think he's quite that rich, but he could buy in on one.
I'm sure he could. Or he and LeBron partner
Maybe
up and buy your own squad.
They super friends it and buy a team together. But he's really smart. He's very rich. I think. Would you want to get on an airplane every other day for 6 months if you didn't have to?
No, I want to hire the guy that does that.
Right. And yeah, exactly right. That good for you. I fall into the category talking about like Chris Paul's like, he's a great player, but that's remarkable.
Yeah, this.
American Psycho was released today in 2000.
Christian Bale, American Psycho?
Christian Bale, American Psycho.
I love that movie. And it's hard to say.
I want to say.
Hard to say like it's like one of my favorite movies. You can't really say that out loud because
it's an incredible movie. You can say it's one of your favorite movies. It might tell
he's
us
a
about
killer.
you.
That's what I'm saying. He's a murderer.
I mean, plenty of people say Silence of the Lambs is their favorite movie. And it's about a murderer.
A cannibal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about her pursuit of a murderer.
Yeah, but he's a pretty compelling character.
He's a great
movie.
character, but it's about her.
And then it's about a serial killer who also puts other people's skin on their skin. So it's
okay.
I'm just saying. But American Psycho is. I like American Psycho better than Silence of the Lambs. Not saying that there are better movies or whatever. I like it because it's funny.
And
it's like trying to be funny.
But
it's like
isn't
satirical.
ambiguous? Like, did it really happen?
Sorry?
Like at the end of the movie, aren't we like left thinking, did this really all
I
go
don't
down?
think it's. But are you talking about like if it's a true story or not, or
No, like
the events happen?
If it really happened, or it did this? Is this like the fever dream of a maniac?
I don't know. I don't
remember the ambiguous ending, but I could be remembering it wrong. But it is also a Christmas movie because it takes place around Christmas.
Our friendship's on the line. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not?
No.
Are you crazy? It is a Christmas movie.
Why?
Because it happens at Christmas.
So anything that happens in December is a Christmas theme.
If there's a Christmas tree in the movie, it's a Christmas movie.
So if I get in a car accident on Christmas, it's a Christmas
car accident. Yes.
I did this roast for one reason and for
theme.
one reason only. To settle something once and for all. Now please listen very carefully. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
That's John McClane.
How dare you?
Long Legs is a Christmas movie because it takes place at Christmas as well. But I guess the debate is if it doesn't come around, the movie doesn't come out in the month of December, it shouldn't be a Christmas movie because American Psycho came out now, not a Christmas time. Long Legs came out in June, and I believe Die Hard came out in July.
It has to do with the release. I think it has to do with the theme.
The theme of Christmas.
Yeah.
It has to be around something about Christmas.
There needs the to use a very obvious example, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas is about finding your Christmas spirit.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
That's a Christmas movie.
Yes. Well,
The Santa Claus, where Tim
Yes.
Allen becomes Santa, it's about him connecting with his son and finding a way to do it, and about the meaning of Christmas at large. Not a Hans Gruber stealing the bearer
Well, it's about Christmas. He's trying to get his family together.
It's about Hans Gruber ripping off a bank.
No, it's about John McClane coming home to reclaim his family.
It's a heist movie.
And he walks into a heist.
Yeah.
But he's trying to go home for Christmas.
But it's a great heist movie.
He's got the teddy bear. He's going home. It's a Christmas movie.
Bonnie Bedelia, thumbs up. Big fan.
There's a movie that came out maybe a year or so ago that is about a basically Taken, but it's at Christmas time, and it's just all about like the fighting. But my daughter just died or whatever. So it's who knows?
What's the first song in Die Hard? Oh, the weather
yeah.
outside. That's a Christmas
Yeah.
movie, my man.
Yeah,
But it came out in
I'm
July.
gonna stick with John McClane. I think he knows. It was today in 1962. Elgin Baylor dropped 61 points in Game 5 at the Boston Garden. Lakers defeated the Celtics 126 to 121. Baylor's 22 field goals set an NBA Finals record that was tied 5 years later by Rick Barry of the San Francisco Warriors. That is an unbelievable 61 points in a Finals game.
And how many three-pointers?
Probably none.
That's
At that
what I'm
point,
saying.
none.
That's
Yeah.
a real
Yeah.
61-pointer.
Yeah.
There's some blood there.
Crazy.
Blood and bruise. That's awesome.
Crazy. A couple of Tiger Woods ones here. In 2002, Tiger Woods became the third player to win back-to-back Masters, something that does. I think there's only Nicklaus, Faldo, and Tiger, I think, are the only guys that have won it in back-to-back years.
Wow.
And then in 2019, Tiger Woods won the Masters for the fifth time by one stroke over Xander Schauffele, Dustin Johnson, and Brooks Koepka. It was Woods' 15th major and his first in 11 years.
Fantastic career. He's always a great story. I wonder, is there going to be a Tiger movie someday?
There is. They announced it like a month ago, and we talked about
There's
it a
gonna
little
be a
bit.
Tiger
And
movie?
it's from the Obamas are putting it out. Their production company, and it's gonna probably be a very Disney-fied
Here's
version.
what I need to know.
love letter.
All I
Okay.
need to know, did Tiger get thumbs up or thumbs down this movie?
It's a love story.
And that's all I need to know. If he thumbs upped it, not interested.
Okay, I don't mean that. I mean a real Tiger Woods movie. Like when they get into everything.
So there was a documentary on HBO that kind of did that.
Yeah?
And it was really, really good. It was based on the book Armin Katayan, and I believe the other author was Jeff Benedict. I think that's what it was. And it was interviews with players, interviews with some old associates. Steve Williams speaks extensively. Tiger obviously doesn't.
Do they get real and raw?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's
It's
what I want
called.
to see.
It's just called Tiger. And
Yeah.
it's on HBO.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good.
Because I remember before we knew a lot about Tiger, it was like it was something when he broke characters.
So it was funny.
Charles Barkley tells a story about being friends with Tiger.
Yep.
And then Tiger wanted to go play football, and he came downstairs in like workout gear, and he
Yep.
was such a kid.
Yeah.
And it was like a Tiger that we never get to see. That's the stuff I want to hear about.
I would like to hear about that too.
Yeah.
But when Tiger's world went haywire,
Yeah.
back in whatever it was, 2009, 2010, something like that. And I remember thinking, oh my God, what in the world is going on? Because my first ever day on the air by myself was the day after Thanksgiving. He got in that car accident Thanksgiving evening, right? Where his wife hit the
that one. Okay,
that one,
yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And so that was and it's like, oh my God. And the first reaction was, you hope he's okay? Because you didn't know. You just heard that he'd been involved in a
got in a
car
wreck.
accident.
Yeah.
And so then all of a sudden, everything started to come out after that. And as a golf fan, as a Tiger Woods fan, I'm like, holy smoke, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And people are looking at me like, dude, are you this naive? Like, this was not a well-kept secret to people that knew. And apparently that was one of many factors that led to a very long drought until this day in 2019, where he won the Masters for the fifth time.
Wow. Well.
Yeah.
I had never been so mad at Tiger as when he wrecked over by my house.
Oh, he's like he's alive.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, he stopped the whole city. Like, we couldn't get anywhere. Like, we got kids in school, bro. What are you doing?
There's a lot going on in that one. Happy birthday to the following. Sarah Michelle Gellar, who turns 48 years old today. Is she still married to Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Yeah.
They're still together? Freddie,
Way to go.
listener of the station, a fill-in host
Didn't
on
they
the
remake
station.
that I Know What You Did Last Summer or something like that?
They are doing it this
Yeah.
summer. It's coming out this
Nice.
summer.
In on that, that's for sure. Adrian Brody turns 52 years old today.
Won the Oscar this year for his role in The Brutalist.
Baker Mayfield, 30 years old. Love watching Baker play football. He's exciting and crazy and can throw 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions within 5 minutes of each other. I'm in on that
throw
every
you in
time.
And throw you right back out.
That's right.
Yep.
And this is weird to say. The late Pete Rose would have been celebrating a birthday today.
He's going to go into the Hall of Fame
Probably.
soon. Yes, they were waiting for him to go so they can put him in. You're going to go in.
Okay.
You're just not going to be alive to see it.
I think you're right, but they wanted to put him in while he was alive, and he wouldn't let him do it.
He just wouldn't do it. He wouldn't give him the
He couldn't get this out of his own damn
just
way.
Say it, Pete. It's okay.
He did say it, and then he would follow it up with what?
That's what I mean.
And then there would be a new thing, and he's like, well, it wasn't illegal in Ohio. It's like, what are we doing here, dude?
Just say you're sorry.
Stop it.
I did it. Yes.
Stop it. Just say, you know what? I regret everything. I'm sorry. All right, how about you come to the Hall of Fame? Thank you. That's
Done.
what it should have
Right.
been, and unfortunately it wasn't. Lady Gaga was good at Coachella.
She was good?
Yeah. Right, Em?
Okay, so here's a little peek behind the curtains for the dump. I kind of just put up a bunch of things for Travis, and he just reads off of it.
Was she good?
She was incredible.
Oh,
she,
okay.
I believe
She's
it's
good.
the
That's what I
second
said.
best Coachella set behind Beyonce. Beyonce's Baychella in 2018
Do you
was
watch
absolutely
it
fantastic.
live?
I watched the live stream on YouTube, and I also, if I don't catch it live, I'll watch the YouTube the next day because I actually do like seeing the performances. I wouldn't ever want to go to Coachella. I like the headliners, what they choose to do. Lady Gaga was fantastic. She did a huge set. Benson Boone, the Mormon guy who does a bunch of flips, who did them at the Grammys.
What do you mean, like acrobatics?
Like actual-
Yeah, he'll sing and then he'll do a flip.
He'll do a flip.
He did that song. It's
Mormon
like
dude that does flips, and he sings.
That's okay.
he has a song. It's like, please, these beautiful things that I've done.
Susan was telling me about
Yeah.
this.
Anyway,
guy. He does flips? Oh.
And he brought out the guitarist from Queen to do Bohemian Rhapsody. But I
Was
do
he
not
good?
like his music.
May, right?
May what?
Brian May, the guitarist.
Oh, I don't know.
For
Sure,
Queen.
yeah.
Yeah, Brian May.
But
Yeah.
I do not care for Benson Boone's music. But there it is.
And
yeah.
Lady Gaga was good.
Lady Gaga was
Coachella.
fantastic.
Brian
That's
May
what
is the
I
guy's
said.
name.
She
Yeah,
was
it's
really good.
crazy. Wow.
Supercross talk coming up next.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco. Connecticut and Nevada and Canada excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey, basketball fans, John Ireland here. Austin Reeves has been playing lights out, and now he's bringing that same energy to his brand new signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigorer. Designed for top performance and comfort, these kicks are for players who grind just like Austin. He was hands-on in crafting every detail, making sure the AR2s deliver on and off the court. So go to rigorer.com, RIGORER. Don't wait. Own a pair of Austin Reeves' shoes. That's rigorer.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill. It's for you.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Mace is here. Ireland is to get a little mini vacay, but you're working vacay. John, what are we doing before the playoffs start on Saturday?
Trav, anytime I get a chance, I head to Idaho.
Okay.
So I don't have a game until Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the show all week from Idaho and then come back to do the game on Saturday.
Are you going to try to recreate the Rory McIlroy 7-iron on 15 while you got your time off up there?
4:00 today.
We're not quite late enough in the year where it's like light until 10 o'clock up there, is it?
It's light till 8.
Okay.
I was going to ask that. Does that inspire you guys to play golf when you see that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I want to go out and have drinks and hang out with my friends and play golf.
You know why, DeMarco? I could miss those putts just like he did.
Right.
So, Mace, you're not a golfer.
I did see the end
Did you
of it.
watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Did
see
you
the end of
enjoy it?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean,
Okay.
it's nice to see him. Emotional.
Yeah. He was pretty
breakdown.
raw
He let it go.
afterwards.
Yeah, I mean that part of it was really cool. I don't know the history or anything like that, but it seemed like a really cool sports moment.
It really was, and I don't know. We've seen guys blow it. We've seen guys make big shots. We've seen guys kind of fall out and then crawl their way back into it. But Ireland, I don't know if I've been said, oh, he's got this, and he effing blew it so many times to the same guy in the same round than it was yesterday.
It was so weird when that all went down because, okay, I'm in Portland doing the Laker game, and we're glued to the Warriors-Clippers game because that game determined who our opponent would be. So the game ends, and I had 1 hour to get to the airport. So I'm in the car, watching on my phone the Clippers-Warriors, but all my texts were about the Masters.
Wow.
And so I finally get the Clippers beat the Warriors. I get to the airport, and Scott Brooks is doing the same thing I'm doing. He's got a place up here in Idaho, so we were together, the Lakers assistant, and we're watching Rory on my phone. And Trav, I don't ever remember a time where the same player hit so many unbelievable iron shots and missed so many short putts.
Yep.
You?
Yep. No, and I don't. I've never seen that. There was 3 or 4 A+ moments and maybe 5 or 6 F triple minus moments. That wedge he hit
like
was
that wedge on 15.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think that's a shot that Mace,
You and I
with
could
all
do.
due respect,
Yes.
you pull that shot
Can I
off.
make that shot?
You
Wow.
pull that shot off.
Impressive. Yes.
You pull that shot off.
Yeah. Well, they called it the Rory coaster.
Yes,
It's all
That's a
right.
good
I like
one.
that. Yeah.
Rory
That's
Coaster's
good.
a good one. That
Yeah.
is good.
Rory
That
Coaster.
is good.
That was very good.
So, Timberwolves.
Yes.
Yes, we like that. We like
Look,
that.
it's-
Love that.
Any of these series was going to be a tough series.
Yeah.
This is a tough series. I mean, I guess I'd rather have the Timberwolves than the Warriors for playing and advancing. It's less sexy. And it's
A lot less
way
sexy.
less
exciting,
sexy. Yeah.
But it might be a harder
than the series
draw.
with the Warriors. Do you think it's a harder draw?
I don't
might
think
be.
it's an easier
Yeah.
draw.
I don't think there was an easy draw in the
Yeah,
Warriors. Ireland,
maybe
was
that's
there
the
an easy
answer.
draw? I don't think so.
Memphis.
Yeah.
I think Memphis is going out early. I think they're going to lose tomorrow night to the Warriors, and that's it for them. But you can't gerrymander the playoff seedings. You can't lose to try and draw a better seed, or it always comes back and bites you. So I was rooting for the Warriors actually because I wanted to see Steph LeBron in the first round. I don't know if we'll ever get to see Steph LeBron again, but think about this: if the Lakers beat Minnesota, the Warriors have to beat Memphis tomorrow night. So let's assume they do that. The Warriors match up pretty well against the Rockets. We could get Lakers-Warriors in round 2.
Yeah.
Be great.
Yeah, totally
Yes, sir.
possible.
Be
And
awesome.
obviously putting the cart way ahead of the horse.
Way ahead.
The Clippers and Lakers could end up in the conference final together.
Clippers are playing great. I'm calling it right now. Clippers are taking out Denver, and it's not even going 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can they take out OKC?
Yeah, the Clippers won 9 games in a row. Here's the difference between the Clippers who always clip and this current group of Clippers. Kawhi's healthy. When Kawhi Leonard's healthy, it's it's exactly the same as having LeBron, Luka, Ant, Steph. He's one of those guys.
He's special. Yeah.
And DeMarco, he might be, when he's healthy, and I know he's rarely healthy, might be the best two-way player in the league. And they've got him, and I think he's going to wreak havoc on Denver. I think he's going to kill him.
Interesting about this. We were, at least I was, and I think you were as well, looking at that Clippers team during this offseason and saying, if you had to keep one, would you keep Paul George or would you keep Kawhi Leonard? I think we were all
opposite.
in on
Keep
Paul George.
Yes.
And Mace,
Yes.
I went
Wrong.
past all in. I went on a 2-day rant.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh God, DeMarco, I don't know if I mean, I'm sure somebody will tell me, but I don't know if I've ever been more wrong about anything.
Happy to be wrong.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if this makes you feel any better. I told Emily on Friday afternoon that Rory McIlroy had no chance to win the Masters, so that happened fast.
I took him in mythical money and won 14 grand.
14 grand, exactly right.
Which
Mythical
makes
money.
up for the fact I finished 58th in Beto's pool, dead last of everyone at the station.
Now, did you finish dead last enough?
No,
to make
I
money?
didn't even do that right. You did. You did.
You got what? 20
got
bucks?
some of your money
Or
back.
40?
I finished dead last on the first day of the tournament, so I got paid. I was like,
you
hey.
did.
That's how you do
You
it.
did better than I
Oh,
did.
man.
And I weirdly, I think I finished like 9th or something. I have no idea.
That
I
stuff
lost track
has
of it all.
so much to do more with luck than
Oh,
it
you
does
think?
with picking the right guy.
You think?
Clearly, right?
Yes.
The evidence is there. How about this, Ireland? Rory McIlroy as James Harden, the guy that chokes over and over and over again right up until he doesn't, and then he wins the whole damn thing.
Yeah, but Harden didn't have the winning history that Rory did beforehand.
That's true.
This is only the sixth person ever to win the career Grand Slam,
Right.
to win each one of the majors. But Trav, it's not even close. All the other guys did it in like a 2 or 3 year period.
11
Rory
for him.
did it 11 years apart.
But I was
the last major he won was 11 years ago. To pull that off, especially
But
with
he
the,
did it.
with the young guys and how far they hit the
And
ball
by hitting
now.
so many bad shots. But
Yeah.
I was thinking about Harden, and Harden has had a great career. What did you say, DeMar? He's made the All-Star team 11 times.
11-time All-Star.
First ballot Hall of Fame.
First
lock.
ballot Hall of Famer. He's an MVP. He's a scoring champion. But he's had some catastrophic flops in the playoffs. Do you expect another one?
Nope, because he has Kawhi healthy. I'm telling you, their two stars, Kawhi and Harden, match up with anybody else's two stars. They match up with LeBron and Luka. They match up with Ant and Gobert. They match up with Steph and Draymond. Those two guys give them a chance to win any series. And let's see if I'm right. Like maybe Denver, maybe Jokic goes nuclear and knocks them out, but I don't think so.
Why do I always feel like Ireland thinks the Clippers are going to go deep into the playoffs and then they never do?
Maybe, but this time the difference is they have a healthy Kawhi.
Right.
They've never had a healthy Kawhi. By the way, Mace, if Kawhi goes down, if like he even misses one game,
then
I'm out.
They're cooked. Yeah.
And it's a possibility, too. You can get hurt.
Because it's happened his whole career.
Okay, is Harden and Zubats and the bench not enough to at least give them a puncher's chance against the Nuggets, even if Kawhi's not around?
But puncher's chance, I'm picking them.
No,
I'm saying
without Kawhi.
Yeah, I don't think
they lose Kawhi, Jokic will destroy him.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys feel the earthquake today?
No, I didn't. I heard there was an earthquake.
What
What
time
time
San
was
Diego
it?
County, right?
Yeah. What was it? 9:45, give or take.
Something like that, yeah.
But somebody said it was like in the sixes. Was it in the
Six
sixes?
That's what they said.
6.0.
I didn't feel a
6.0 is
thing.
like a significant
That's a
earthquake,
real
is it
earthquake.
not?
Yeah. My son was in school in the South Bay, and he texted that the
alarm at the school went off.
I
They
They didn't feel it.
My daughter is at San Diego State, and I texted her, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah." She goes, "That was a big one.
Yeah.
Like, that was
Wow.
a real shaker."
Yeah, Laura
Look
told
out
me
for
a six.
aftershocks, people.
Laura
Yeah.
told me there was a 6, and I was like, no, 6 is like serious.
That's big.
No,
That's a real deal.
that's a
Big.
real
Yeah.
one. We were talking a little
But
bit
no
about it.
damage or anything down there.
It doesn't seem
Not-
like
okay.
anything.
We didn't even feel
significant
it. Our
along the
phones
way.
just went off.
Yeah.
Emily didn't have to stop, drop, and roll like she normally does when there's an earthquake.
Let me do it
Is
again.
it stop, drop, and roll, Em? Is that what
That's
you do?
when you catch on fire.
That's fire.
Okay.
By the way,
she just
Duck and cover.
I've brought this up before. Was there an epidemic of children catching on fire when we were kids that
No,
they taught us
why
how to
were
put
we
ourselves
taught,
out?
Yeah, why were we taught
How to
Stop,
put
drop,
yourself
and roll.
out?
and roll?
Yeah.
Like how many people were engulfed in flames?
I think there might have been one or two. Yeah.
Why
one
did
or
we
two.
know
what
that?
I've never understood. I'm
That
like,
was like
Under the desk! Under the desk!
That was like basic safety training.
Stop,
was
drop,
if
and
you're
roll.
on fire,
How
stop,
often were
drop,
people
and roll.
lighting themselves
Probably
on fire?
a liability issue.
Must
You just
have
didn't
been a
know.
thing.
Yeah.
By the way, I just looked it up to give you some perspective. Mason's right. The Northridge earthquake, which destroyed everything, 6.7.
That's a
Yeah.
yeah.
So if that thing was over 6
That
today, there's
was the
some,
biggest
there's
one
some broken things down in
that
San
I've
Diego.
ever experienced firsthand was the Northridge one.
Northridge was the biggest
When
one for me.
Susan was living out in the 909. She was going to nursing school at Loma Linda, and we were spending the night out at her place that night. And she had a like her apartment building was, I think, 2 or 3 stories tall, and there was one of those metal staircases that you use to go up to the second and third floors that was up against the side of her apartment when that earthquake hit. It sounded like the end of the world because it was just bang, and it came loose, and it was banging up against the thing. I've never ever been so scared.
So scary.
Yeah,
that one was so
That was
scary.
before cell phones. It was like 94.
Yes, it was.
Oh yeah.
So it's like 5 o'clock.
Were you guys together when that happened?
Well, we were not
doing a
together.
show
Doing
together.
the show
We were
together.
not doing the show together.
Okay.
Yeah, we were not doing the show together at that point.
My grandmother
We were not
calls
together
me
Either one.
from Florida. Now, keep in mind, I'm living in San Diego, and the epicenter of that earthquake was in Northridge. And so my phone rings at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I answer it. And I had just gotten in. I'd been out till like 2 in the morning. And my grandma says, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, why wouldn't I be?" And she said, "There was a huge earthquake in Southern California." So I turn on the TV, and I go, "Grandma, that's in Northridge. It's like 100 miles away."
Wow.
She goes, "Okay, good," hangs up.
Yeah. That was so.
That was
I
nuts.
was living in Playa del Rey.
Terrifying.
And we didn't have a transistor radio. We didn't have TV. We didn't have
You
cell
didn't have an
phones.
earthquake kit?
We could
A go bag.
The whole
Right.
town could have been gone, and we wouldn't have known it sitting in our dark apartment in Playa del Rey. I mean, it was scary as hell.
Mace, that was pre-1, was it not?
That was pre-1, yeah. That was pre-1. By the way, the night before, I also got in super late. We got in super late from the Viper Room.
The Viper Room.
My buddy Jim Filippiak said, I want to go to the Viper Room.
Never been prouder of you.
Yeah.
That is a L.A. 90s
Let's go to the
Viper Room.
fight.
That's a
That's
reference.
right. Go see some celebs and hang out.